94.5 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
It is R&R in the morning, November the 15th edition.
Is it already the 15th?
It is the 15th. Payday for many.
I can smell the ham.
Oh.
I can smell the rolls.
My wife came home with a turkey on Friday.
How many pounder? How big?
I haven't actually seen it. It's been wrapped in bags. It was given out at her school.
Cool.
He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. Karl Schoenig.
What up?
Producing us yet again a full day of fun. Big weekend in sports. Clear-eyed view edition today. Fridays are for telling the truth. Mondays, excuse me, are for telling the truth. Fridays are for wishing. Mondays are for telling the truth. And I think the truth was told on a variety of fronts over the weekend.
Okay.
UTSA is, in fact, the best football team in the state of Texas.
I don't know about that.
I beg to differ with anybody who'd quibble, who'd step forward. I don't think Aggies have anything to stand on.
So you
not much happening in Austin.
On a neutral field, you take the runners over the Aggies? We're not going to talk about that team in Austin. They're not in the conversation. But on a neutral field, you take UTSA over the Aggies?
As long as the assassin known as Calzada continues to take snaps. Yes, UTSA is better.
Okay.
At least Frank Harris is significantly better than Calzada.
Frank was the first time facing some adversity Saturday, and he pulled through. I like that. It shows us, the sign of character is when you're down, how you react. And they were down and they were playing ugly. So, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd ever thought I'd hear someone say that.
And I'm not saying so.
No, I'm not saying you're not lying.
So. Numbers tell me so. Hard to quibble.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can hide the cheese from Coach Traylor. He'll join us just after 9 o'clock as we look forward to the last home game of the year as UAB will come in. And, I like games like what we saw with UTSA because there's enough to take away to keep your team motivated. It wasn't like they rolled in there and looked crisp and ready to go.
Yeah, I think while he may not be happy with the way they played, I know he's going to be happy with the way they responded in adversity.
Everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the face.
It was kind of quiet in there for a minute, even though it's 31,000. It got a little scary. Like, what's going on here? We're not beating them by 33.
Not a problem at Texas, up at Jerry World.
Man.
Boy, the Cowboys opened up an entire can. Dan Quinn hates the Atlanta Falcons. Hates them.
And McCarthy was down.
Oh,
McCarthy
yeah. Everything,
was like,
you want to
yeah, McCarthy like, you want to kick these dudes in the teeth?
Let's kick them while they're
when
down.
It's 34-3, I'll go for it. Okay. I'll go for 2. Like, who does that?
We blocked a punt at 28-3 and then went for 2.
Now, I got a tweet. I got an interesting tweet, Rob. I got a tweet, and I'm going to find his name, so don't kill me, brother. I'm going to find it. That said, if they're going to play like that, I vote no more tacos. They didn't get any tacos this week, and they came out.
Tacos were slowing them down.
Well, I have 6 other games to the positive as well, but maybe there is something to that. But maybe they want him so bad they'll start to tank.
No, they don't want him that. They not the Volcan is good, but they ain't that good.
But it was a beatdown though.
Like fourth and 20, we're going. I was like, damn, what did Dan tell you? Like, again, I get it, but Dan, you got fired for good reason. What are you mad for? There was a reason to fire you.
I think McCarthy, as a Super Bowl winning coach that got fired probably unceremoniously and in his mind, not his fault. Things happened around me that I had zero control over, and then you fire me for it. And I think he and Dan Quinn could commiserate about that. Dan was like, so I'm a great coach to get you to a Super Bowl, but I'm not a great coach now.
Right.
I'm not the one throwing and catching. So I think they sat together over a couple of fine bourbons and said, you know what, let's uncork one.
Well, should you meet Green Bay in the playoffs, I hope we get that same energy.
Well, should we? Absolutely.
If both teams make it, which it looks like both teams will, I would hope it's 43-3 Cowboys against the Packers.
Around the rest of the NFL, Tom Brady's angry. They can't seem to right the ship after a week off. Tampa goes down 2 interceptions. He didn't play well.
That bothered you the way he acted?
No, it doesn't. I just think I always find it funny when Tom Brady tries to impress me with his focus and anger.
I know what you mean.
You know, I feel like you've probably been here and done that before.
Yeah. What'd you do this weekend, Rob?
Not a lot. Not a lot.
Nothing?
I really didn't. No.
Oh yeah, I know you had a little
thing
gathering
on Saturday night. Friday I went to a happy hour. Yesterday I cooked. I mean, I wish I had something to.
What is you said you put leg quarters with Alabama white sauce. What is Alabama white sauce? What is it? Is it like ranch? Is it barbecue?
There's a bit of a ranch flavor to it. It's a sauce made with mayonnaise, red wine vinegar, horseradish, a little bit of lemon juice.
Now, are you basting this while it's on the grill?
No, it's actually more of a dip, more of
Okay.
a sauce that you would add later. And it's specific to a very small part of northern Alabama. It's their barbecue sauce. They just don't go red. They don't have a tomato-based sauce. They go white. So it is very typical in a couple of counties in the northern part of Alabama, but there's nothing better than that on a.
Did you get it? Was it on
chicken.
Point?
Yeah, it was. It's good, but it's hard to screw it up.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's one of those things
it sounds like something my wife would like. She's a dipper. My wife is a big old
perfect.
dipper.
It is it's perfect with grilled chicken. Perfect. It cuts the fat with all the vinegar and that bites.
Did you meal prep it? You bring some for the week, some chicken?
No, you know what?
Or y'all finished all of it?
So my wife went to the grocery store and I told her, let's do. I just wanted to do leg quarters, but by the time she got there, because the Cowboy game was early, everybody had already been there. Everybody gotten there early. So my wife got there at like noon. So evidently things were picked over. Mm-hmm. So all she could come back with was like one tray of kind of like miniature size leg quarters. They weren't even very big.
I know normally leg quarters are huge, like steroid.
No, these were not those. These were the leftovers. So I got that. And then she was like, it's 5 in a package. So it's either 5 or 10. And I didn't need 10. So I said, get some wings. So then she got wings to go along with it. But the wings weren't separated. It was one giant wing instead of wings and drumette.
I don't know why. I don't like those.
They look weird. It's off-putting.
I don't like eating it like that.
Yeah, I don't like it either. But so we got it, and I thought, well, I'll just cut them up.
You cut them?
No, I didn't. But
you weren't.
So
there was no time for all that.
I was going to do one thing. I have one of those cool little wing holders where they kind of dangle. You know what I'm talking about? You can put them on your grill thing.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but they don't do well with the wing. They only do well with the drumette because the little notch.
Yeah.
So then I was like, man, I can't even use my toy. So then I just said, well, I'll just smoke them. And then I put them in, I used the Traeger. I used both grills. I wanted charcoal for the chicken because it tastes better. And then I decided I'd smoke the wings. And then you got to do the timing. It was just a long afternoon. Let's just say it turned out okay.
That's the thing with leg quarters, though. Like they take a minute.
They take a minute. And then I was trying to time something that was going to smoke for like an hour and 20 minutes, the wings. And then have the charcoal ready just in time to have the grill hot enough to fry that chicken with about, it probably took about 15 minutes. So the timing of that's charcoal, and it turned into a whole freaking ordeal. I didn't really want to have to deal with, but it turned out all right.
All right.
And I was cooking I thought my son was, my parents ate with us, but I thought my son was bringing his, so I cooked a bunch of chicken and
they didn't show.
She didn't, but that wasn't her fault. I mean, Anyways,
it
was a wasted weekend, quite frankly, and I'm not sure that's a bad thing. I mean, I didn't go to the UTSA game.
You had other things to do.
I know, but I did a thing I don't even care about, But and then recorded the Aggie game. Of course, that was frustrating.
Ooh.
I want to talk. This morning, I was coming in. I saw something that even right now I find disconcerting, and I can't get it off my mind. Have you ever seen where like one truck is towing like 3 or 4 of the same kind of truck, and they're all kind of like jacked up, like
I've seen
like a centipede.
It scared you?
Well, one was kind of driving erratically, but the way that it looked, it's kind of that's disconcerting. The way how do they get those trucks up there like that? And what's the max number you can have? Because I think I saw 4. I felt like 3 should be the max.
The little mini 18-wheelers that they don't have they're not hitched.
It's like it's just like a semi.
I think the most I've seen, they're the semis. Yeah, I think the most I've seen is
3.
One driving and then 2 tow.
2, so 3.
Yeah.
One I saw today, I think had 5.
No,
I'm telling you, it was huge.
I
think they were trying to sneak something down the highway early in the morning.
If there was 5, I would not have been behind them.
How do you think you do that? How do they get that thing up there like that?
They got cool machinery for all that.
I don't know, but it was getting on the highway on 10, and it was near me, but it was the way it was snaking around. It was a very bizarre looking thing early.
A little windy,
and it didn't look safe.
No, it never looks
safe.
Well,
you drive behind like the auto?
No,
and you see the car that's kind of hanging at an angle, like right over you. If that little cord breaks, I
don't trust man enough. A man secured that, and a man can make a mistake. So no, I never drive behind because my uncle does that.
And you don't trust your uncle?
I trust my uncle, but he's told me stuff. So I'm like, nah, I'm not driving behind those.
That's how I felt this morning. But
weird.
I don't think that should be legal.
No, not 5.
Not 5.
Not 5. What's your StreamYard name today?
Patet Oculus Visum.
Meaning we kick their ass?
Clear-eyed view.
And
Mondays are for clear-eyed views.
Okay.
No, you don't think so?
No, I do.
When is what is it? What is Tuesday a clear-eyed view day? Monday's too close?
I think Monday we think we see clear, and then next thing you know, come Sunday, it's like, oh.
Because I sit here at 7-Eleven in the morning, and the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. Is that a clear-eyed view, or is that?
First of all, that's not a bad take.
I don't think it is.
They look like one of the best teams. I mean, there's 5, if you include AFC, there's 5, 6 teams that I look at and I'm like, they can win it all. And the Cowboys are one of them. I will not argue. I'm not going to sit here and scream and yell at anybody that thinks the Cowboys are going to win the Super. Like this year makes more sense than the years when they're 3-5 and people are still telling me, oh no, we got a shot. When you're 7-2, yeah, we can talk about them possibly going to the Super Bowl. And someone asked, do we have a problem with CeeDee Lamb returning punts? So you haven't been listening to R&R in the Morning. I brought this up a few weeks ago. Of course I have a problem with it because he's a huge part of what they do offensively. He's such a big weapon. You would hate to lose. First of all, you could get injured any kind of way. We just saw Chase Young go down non-contact injury. Injuries happen. It's football. But you don't want to lose your best wide receiver. Sorry, Amari Cooper. Hey, Ma. You don't want to lose your best wide receiver on a punt return for 3 yards.
But you also have the potential of a play.
And it's not like but I haven't seen the potential.
That's true.
I haven't, has he returned? Karl, you have to look that up for me. What is CD averaging on his punt returns? I'm gonna guess it's below 10 yards.
Not worth it enough.
It's below 10 yards. So, but yeah, I don't have a problem with it. Does it scare me if I'm a diehard Boys fan? Absolutely. But injuries, this is football. And when you play to not get injured, that's when you get injured. So, and McCarthy's a gambler.
He is indeed a gambler, man. Madden has rubbed off into the real world.
I know.
The NFL coaches don't even care. Fourth down, let's do it.
Does anyone punt?
The math just tells us.
If you're at the 50 and then no one's punting. Are we doing analytics? Didn't Coach Traylor say it's manalytics?
Manalytics. And I think there is a fair amount of that now. Spurs, since we last gathered, lost 2. Let the Mavericks come into town and just beat the Spurs. Just beat them. Well, they were more valiant yesterday against the Lakers as they start a pretty long road run. Go down pretty steadily, though, losing 2. They sit right now in 13th place in the West at 4-9. They're a bad basketball team.
Karl, I was going to tell him that I was going to tell you he said that. I was going to snitch.
They're a bad basketball team.
I mean, I know we got the headlines coming up. I don't want y'all to get too deep in the woods with it, but how do you feel about someone saying the Spurs are a bad basketball team?
I'd say they're not a bad basketball team. There's the Rockets. They're a bad basketball team.
There's only 2 teams worse.
The Spurs don't get blown out.
Okay.
It's not like they're losing by 20.
It's not like UT's losing by 20.
No, but they're losing to bad teams.
Well, okay.
The Spurs have the toughest schedule to start the season among the NBA.
All I can tell you is what I see on the court is bad basketball. I see missed assignments. I see lackadaisical offense. That's bad. I'm not saying they can't get good, but the last 2 games, that's bad basketball. We'll figure it out. We'll talk a lot about the Spurs today. But let's get you caught up on all the headlines. Lots happened over the weekend. We got a lot of time to get to it. Let's start right now. It's time for the 411 and the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
Auburn Tigers quarterback Bo Nix had surgery on his injured ankle, and he's expected to miss the rest of the regular season. It happened the same game that Nix surpassed Stan White for most offensive yards by a quarterback in Auburn history. Auburn quarterback Bo Nix confirmed that he will have surgery to repair an ankle he suffered during Saturday's loss to Mississippi State. Nix tweeted Sunday night, "The road to recovery begins tomorrow, and Auburn is likely to turn to LSU transfer TJ Finley at quarterback."
I was never impressed by Bo Nix.
He's not bad. Legit. I mean, he is an Auburn quarterback through and through, genetically. I mean, his dad was an Auburn quarterback, and it reminds me a lot of Stan White. Yeah, SEC's all but done.
SEC was a down year for sure.
It's
right?
over. Well, I mean, yes, when LSU's down, it's going to be rough. And the contenders, when you saw A&M just, continue stub their toe and trip over their own feet. And then you saw Auburn, who looked like they had a chance, but losing Nix and the way A&M beat them, I think A&M broke that team.
Yeah.
And losing Nix was kind of a part of that. But yeah, too bad. Moving on. Bama going to take the West.
They'll be all right.
Headline 1.
Washington football team fears that Chase Young tore his ACL and will await more testing on Monday, as coach Ron Rivera says the team fears that the defensive end suffered a torn ACL in his right knee in its 29-19 victory Sunday over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Rivera said that Young will undergo further tests today.
Tampa's a bad matchup for Washington. Washington played them really – in Tampa's Super Bowl run last year, Washington played them really well. Yeah. That was kind of Heineke's coming out party, like, oh, we may have something here. And then yesterday, you saw what happened. I know a lot of people like, well, what Tampa, what's my man's name? Bruce Arians, we're a dumb football team. Everybody's talking about Tampa. No, Washington outplayed them. Again, I'm not saying Washington's a good football team, but they match up well against Tampa Bay, and they proved it last year in the playoffs in that game that they played against them, and they beat them yesterday. Beat them handily.
NFC East is like the SEC West. It's a murderer's row.
No. hey,
they all won yesterday. When was the last time that happened? I know the Giants didn't.
Yeah, but they were 3-0 yesterday.
So everybody that played won.
It's NFL, man.
It's the murderer's row. That's the NFC East. Did the Cowboys' strength of schedule just improve?
Yeah. And the thing that sucks about tearing your ACL at this point of the season is because next year is pretty much a wash.
Yeah.
Like when you tear it, like a Dak, when you mess it up like week 1, 2, 3, there's that possibility that you can come back and play next season. Pretty much Chase Young's year is done. I don't know. It's
going to be tight.
I have to ask Doc Garrett tomorrow. Wednesday. Like, hey, if he tears his ACL, any chance he plays next season? I know he said an ACL takes longer than an Achilles, but with rehab included. So we'll have to ask him.
Yeah, that's too bad for Chase. And it was non-contact.
Yeah, he just stepped wrong.
That's when you see that, you go, ooh.
It's ACL, too.
Bad. Moving on.
Speedy recovery. I love Chase.
Christian Pulisic powers USA to a win over Mexico, top spot in CONCACAF's table. Pulisic scored on his very first touch in the 74th minute. Weston McKennie added a goal in the 85th, and the United States beat Mexico 2-0 Friday night in the World Cup qualifier. The 2-0 scoreline that became the first traditional early in the 21st century.
I don't even know what all that meant. What did you just say?
2-0. 2-0.
Okay.
Settle.
It's nice to.
Is that like
Mexico.
A saying, or is that?
That's just what we say every time we beat them 2-0.
Why?
That's what it is in Spanish.
But we have to beat them 2-0. If we beat them 3-0, we wouldn't say work. Says 0. It's not like a 5-pound bass.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
The U.S. is now tied with Mexico at the top of the World Cup qualifiers for their area with 14 points, more or less making us feel a lot better about qualifying for Qatar.
Well, I don't know what's
for what?
Qatar.
How do you say it?
Qatar.
I don't know I don't know what's going to happen with the qualifying, but we're better than Mexico.
I thought it was gutter.
No, it's
there's a lot of ways to pronounce it, and I'm doing a bad job at the most traditional way to pronounce it, as if I lived there.
I don't think it's G. I don't think it's gutter.
I don't know, man.
I have actually done a fair amount of research trying to figure it out, and I'm probably doing it. Yeah, almost have to say it from the throat. Qatar.
I like that.
Yeah, I tried.
I don't know.
Qatar is probably closer if you're gonna just straight Americanize it.
I
like
it matters.
Qatar.
Quite
it
frankly.
is Qatar.
Cutter or
It's
gutter. I think there's
It's
a
Cutter.
I think there's a guh
It's
in
Cutter.
It's Cutter if you're just trying to be an American.
Like,
That's like saying,
I don't know why I jumped in on that anyway. Like it really matters, but
yeah, it doesn't.
Qatar.
Qatar.
Hey, SAFC won too, right?
Yes, they
Yes,
did.
that's right. They're in the finals.
We're going to the finals.
That is awesome.
That is awesome. But we're better than Mexico. That's 3 in a row. We're just better than them.
And if we're better than Mexico, how bad is Mexico?
Exactly. Beat it.
Is really the takeaway I had from that.
Yeah.
We just have to play all of our games at Cincinnati or in the state of Ohio. We're pretty good there.
Absolutely.
Moving along.
Solid win.
That's the 411 and a 210.
Did you stay up late last night, watch the Chiefs?
Yeah. I didn't watch the full game. I mean, it got out of hand, but I made sure I watched some of it. I had a full day of football, did not leave the couch. Never left the couch once. My wife's like, you want to go to Fiesta, Texas? Nope, sure don't.
I'm reading some stats from Mahomes last night because I was playing against him in fantasy, and I think
Good
he
luck with
succeeded. I think he had the highest score this year, at least in one of my leagues, of any player, 57 points. It was Patrick Mahomes bounced back with his third career game of 400 passing yards with 5 passing touchdowns. He tied with Peyton Manning, Dan Marino, and Joe Montana for the most in NFL history. Mahomes leads the NFL in pass yards for the second and is second in passing touchdowns this season. And boy, they flipped the switch.
That's why I was saying, when they were going through their rough spot, I was like, look, all I know is if they get in, I would not want to play them because you don't know when that's coming. Again, we could do this every weekend with every team. Like, well, it was the Raiders, Buffalo. Well, it was the Jets, Cowboys. Well, it was Atlanta. I get all that. But at any given moment against any given team, Mahomes can do that. So I wouldn't, if they get in and they're top of the division for the first time this year, if they get in, Buffalo, Ravens, Tennessee, whoever it is, you are going to be worried going to play them.
We're going to get very much deeper in the NFL as we at 7:45 looking around the league. We got a couple of seconds. What are we going to do about ties? The Detroit-Pittsburgh game. I know we have one tie a year.
Yeah, it's just one.
But seriously, we can't find an answer. I'm
just
willing
want to keep
to have
going?
a bad answer. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I just know this isn't it.
I mean, in European soccer, they have
But
ties every week.
That's just it. We win or lose. There is no tie. There is no tie. What other sport in America do we go, ties?
It's just soccer. That's the only sport I can think of.
I know
It's
there's
soccer.
the wear and tear on the body. I know there's also the issue of, well, that's not really the game if we do penalty shots. But,
they're not going to do penalty kicks.
At least
what? Just have both kickers out there kicking field
maybe
goals?
that's what it is. Maybe at the end of the day, your kicker gets more important, and you start at the 20, you start backing up. You start at the 20, 25, 30. We keep going back.
The NFL has the worst overtime rules in football.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's better than college. College is stupid.
Why
You
is
don't
that
like college?
stupid? At least we
I
know
don't
we're going to
like
get
that.
there. I mean,
you start on the third. What is it? The 25?
The
Yes.
25.
That's silly. That's worse than MLB. Oh, in the extra innings, we're starting a guy on second base. That's
at
cheesy.
least they're trying to come to a win. We can complain and bitch about how we got there, but 3 days later, it doesn't matter. You just look back at the record. But now you got to look back, and Detroit's going home, and I guess.
Only reason why it bothers me is because like a team like Pittsburgh that's possibly making the playoffs, then I don't know how to see who's in first.
Right. It's all of
I'm like,
this.
wait, that tie, where does that put them?
For
Third?
the challenged
yeah.
like myself who can't do the
Me
math.
too.
A
Figure
tie
out-
counts as a win and a loss.
See,
I
I
don't-
win
what?
and a loss. See, that doesn't make any sense.
So does Detroit? That's a win. So they're not.
It doesn't count as a win on your record. Mathematically speaking, it is a win and a loss in your win percentage.
That doesn't make sense.
See,
to me.
that's why this is un-American. It doesn't matter. But the thing is, any answer we come up with is un-American as well. So I don't know exactly how you go where I want to get. But right now, I don't like the
It's
and
Detroit.
one.
It's Detroit.
It's and poor Detroit.
And that kicker, it's like,
God,
man,
they're just truly.
I don't know.
Truly,
Again,
there's
like
just-
I said, I don't know why we were both watching that game anyway, but whatever. I don't know why I was watching. It was a bad football
And
game.
the more you watch golf, the more I'm impressed I am with McVay. The more I see golf play, the more I realize how much McVay carried that clown. I don't think Goff is very good at all, man.
Yeah, well, and not only that, I mean, in LA or wherever they were, LA, he was surrounded by guys. He was playing alongside Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey and Bobby Trees and Cooper Kupps.
There's something that's a weird story, man. When you heard
what are
that
you trying to say? OBJ is Illuminati?
I'm just saying that maybe there's some kind of stuffed
or
doll.
Maybe it's just like their year. Like, oh, we lose Bobby Trees to a ACL injury in practice, and here comes OBJ.
All I know is Odell was extricated from Cleveland by his dad in a videotape, that he has used external pressures to his benefit in the past, and maybe there's some kind of mojo going on, a little bit of Louisiana mojo.
ACL, man, this is the year of the ACL. Feels
tough
like
news for Robert Woods. We'll see what they can do tonight as the Rams try to get OBJ ready for a game that, pretty important now that the weekend is done and we saw several losses by those they're competing with. Hey, coming back, let's talk Dallas Cowboys. How'd they do it? But they did it. Cowboys curb stomp the Atlanta Falcons and then go beyond. An embarrassing day for the Falcons, and what a turnaround for the Cowboys. How'd they get there? Looking forward to next week. Dallas Cowboy Talk coming your direction right here on your home for the Dallas Cowboys. This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Hey, I would like to welcome a new sponsor onto the show, River City Oral Surgery. Dr. Mark Habercorn. If I'm talking to those who have a toothache, and really, I speak from the heart when I talk about dental issues. For those of you who've been listening to me over the years, you know that my teeth are going to be my downfall at the end of the day. If you're dealing with a toothache or you need a wisdom teeth out, or if you know someone that needs dental implants, I want to tell you about Dr. Mark Habercorn and River City Oral Surgery. And we had a chance to go down and meet Dr. Habercorn at his office. It's local. It's real close. It's right over on 1604 across from Topgolf, right over there, the I-10 1604 interchange. Easy to get into, easy to get out for sure. You find Dr. Habercorn has a very unique way to practice. He doesn't fly in from another city and then disappear. He works here in San Antonio. He's local. He treats people of all ages, from everything from toothaches to wisdom teeth to dental implants. He's a specialist. He's an oral surgeon, a medical doctor with years of actual experience. And really what he offers is direct patient care, so you don't need a referral. Just call him. I want you to write this number down because the way he practices is very, very unique. 210-778-0002 to make an appointment. 210-778-0002. Now, most of the time, when you go to the dentist or any doctor, you don't know how much it's going to cost. You hand them your insurance card. They tell you what the deductible is. And after that, man, you just wait in the mail. What that Dr. Habercorn does is he lists his prices with complete transparency on his website at rivercityoms.com. What you see is the cost. That's it. You'll find it's very affordable. Even if you have dental insurance, more often than not, it still will cost you less to go to Dr. Habercorn. And there's financing available. We all know dental coverage is tough to come by, and so many of us put off things till it's way too late because, quite frankly, the cost. I want you to try Dr. Habercorn. Very unique way of doing business, and it works. So whether you need a tooth taken out, dental implants, or major facial surgery, call Dr. Mark Habercorn at River City Oral Surgery. Online, rivercityoms.com. Give him a call, 210-778-0002. That's 210-778-0002 for River City Oral Surgery. Call Dr. Mark Habercorn. I'm sure you'll thank me later.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds.
Available at HEB.
The Dallas Cowboys bounce back to their winning ways on Sunday, defeating the Falcons 43-3. Dak Prescott threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for 1 in the blowout victory. Dallas is now 7-2 on the season and, of course, atop of the NFC East. The UTSA Roadrunners football team improved to 10-0 as over 31,000 people packed the Alamo Dome for a 27-17 victory over Southern Miss. The Roadrunners are ranked 15th in the AP Top 25. And the San Antonio Spurs fell short against the Lakers yesterday, 114-106. DeJounte Murray had a triple-double, 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. And Keldon Johnson added in 24 points with 6 threes. SportsCenter has been brought to you by Alamo Water Softeners. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoening.
1911 Cigars is the premier cigar lounge in South Texas, providing quality, affordable cigars in a professional, inviting environment with a large covered patio with TVs. A BYOB establishment, 1911 Cigars strives to allow the avid cigar connoisseur a comfortable place to relax, socialize, network, and of course enjoy a great cigar. 1911 Cigars is available for private events and has private cabanas with TVs, fire pits, and heaters. 1911 Cigars at 207 South Main Street in Cibolo. Online at 1911cigars.com.
Thomas J. Henry Law has more than 2,700 five-star Google reviews from satisfied clients. If you've been injured and need an attorney, don't leave your case to chance. Contact Thomas J. Henry today at tjhlaw.com/radio. San Antonio, Texas.
Hey team, we landed the contract!
Kaya's web design studio just landed the gig of a lifetime.
It starts next week.
Their staff needs to double before the dream deal becomes a nightmare.
I need front end, back end, a project manager.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Injuries happen, so if you twist, pull, pop, or snap something, you need Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Dr. Espinosa treats all non-surgical orthopedic injuries and has same-day and next-day availability. Telemedicine services are also available. There is no reason to be in pain. If you are hurting, visit Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Learn more at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com. Or schedule your appointment by calling 210-804-5490.
When you're sick, injured, or experiencing a medical problem of any kind, the last thing you want to do is leave your home to find medical care. Now, thanks to Dispatch Health, you don't have to, because Dispatch Health comes to you. That's right. Receive high-quality care from expertly trained medical professionals in the comfort of your own home when you need it. Just call or click, and Dispatch Health comes to your home, able to treat common to complex illnesses and injuries. It's really that simple. Go to dispatchhealth.com now to learn more and download the app so you're always just the touch of a button away from the quality health care you need. Dispatch Health is affordable and in network with most health insurance plans, including Medicare. It's true, high-quality care from expertly trained medical professionals in the ease and comfort of your own home, all for an affordable price. So the next time you're sick or injured, stay home, stay comfortable, and let Dispatch Health come to you. Go to dispatchhealth.com and say hello to the modern-day house call. That's dispatchhealth.com. Go to dispatchhealth.com.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get in on the action. Well, no more, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide, with plans starting at just $35 a month with no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for only $299, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required, actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Sure thing. We can help you replace those wipers. If yours are squeaking or streaking, it's probably time. We've got a wide selection of wipers that can stand up to any weather, including the right ones for your make and model. We've even got more ways to get them fast, like our next day delivery or free same-day store pickup. Getting the job done just got easier. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
A double shot of energy in the AM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
It's R&R in the morning. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. You're on San Antonio Sports Star. You're home for the Dallas Cowboys, and boy, they showed up.
Didn't they?
You know, we talked a little bit about how the Atlanta Falcons could be the defense that cures what ails you, and I think the Falcons, we saw the true Falcon team last week coming off a nice win over the Saints, but the fact is that's a rivalry game, and I think that they were going to win that and a little bit more focused on it. But the most remarkable thing about the game yesterday, and the offense, of course, goes without saying, and man, CeeDee Lamb was stupid. I mean, and Dak was damn near perfect. 7 incompletions, and And I think 2 or 3 of them might have been just throwaways, quite frankly. But it was the defense. And I know Atlanta's not a great offense, but they're not terrible.
Yeah, they don't suck.
But they went in without Randy Gregory and without DeMarcus Lawrence, and they made Dorrance Armstrong look like a star, and Micah Parsons continues to amaze. And
Dorrance got the punt block too, didn't he?
Yes, I think he did.
He did. Dorrance got the punt block.
Diggs back with another INT, and his ball skills are ridiculous.
I think that's what it is. His hands.
His
I
hand,
think
yes.
he has the best hands as for DBs in the entire league. Because again, you turn to DB because you can't catch. You know, it's like, oh, you can't catch, but you're athletic. You make a great DB. But Diggs was a receiver, D1 recruited receiver. So his hands clearly the best in the league because that was a hell of a catch. I mean, first of all, it was a gift. You know, it was a horrible throw. I don't know if he was throwing it to the guy behind Diggs.
But it was
I don't know if he was throwing it to Pitts. I don't know who he was throwing it to, but it ended up in Diggs' vicinity, and anything in his vicinity, he's like a frog with that tongue, like it just sucks it right up, man. So best hands from a DB in the league, and I don't think it's close.
Anthony Brown had a heck of a game too.
And you know what? I'm happy for Anthony Brown because Anthony has been the Cowboy. Well, now that Heath is gone, because for the longest it was Heath. Heath was the Cowboy defensive player that everybody loved to pick on. Then it became Anthony Brown, and Anthony has a pick 6 this year, and then he got him another one yesterday. So I'm happy for Anthony. And then, you know, it's the only game on where they go to the owner's box after something good happens, and Jerry is up there just smitten, and it's a blowout. And Jerry still enjoyed his Johnny Walker Blue. I know that's what he drinks because I tried to steal some, and they said no, that is Mr. Jones's. So he was up there off that Johnny Walker Blue, feeling good, man.
You know, yesterday, this is an interesting stat. Dak completed 12 of 16 passes for 166 yards and 2 touchdowns on throws outside the numbers. Both the touchdowns went to CeeDee Lamb. And entering today, Prescott averaged 155 passing yards per game on such throws, trailing only Justin Herbert for the most in the NFL, 172. That's yards outside the hash. You think about the mobility issue that we thought we were going to be dealing with the ankle and all that concern. But, you know, Dak has traditionally been more accurate running. I think when he was first in the league, he was a better thrower running than he was standing still. And that, if you can get him moving like that, and you've got the connection with him at CeeDee Lamb, that offense is, I mean, there's just about no stopping it.
Well, this is the thing, and I don't think we put enough emphasis on it. Like, you know, there's QBs out there, like take a Baker Mayfield. I don't know. Baker's got to be on his 3rd OC. He's got to be on his second or third OC.
I think it's his third.
Yeah, second or third OC. You know, Dak, and I'm not saying that Kellen's offense is a mirror of Garrett, but it's in the vicinity. Like he's had the benefit of playing pretty much in the same offense his entire career, and it shows. He has complete command of the offense, knows where everybody is, know where they're supposed to be, knows when to check out, when to check in, like complete and total control of the offense. And they talked about it. Where he is now compared to where he was maybe, let's say, year 2 pre-snap.
Oh, yeah.
Pre-snap, he's phenomenal pre-snap. And that's where Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, that's where they beat you is pre-snap. Like, okay, we're all lined up. Okay, I see what you're doing. And that has really nothing to do with the offense you're in. That just comes with time and understanding defenses. His understanding of defenses pre-snap is through the roof right now.
I got some
which
numbers
makes
to
him
back
elite.
that up, Rudy. This is so deep where you just went. Let me find. This is actually pretty awesome. You think about a quarterback when he beats you pre-snap.
Right.
He, like you just said, that he sees what you're doing. So when you blitz a quarterback that understands exactly what you're going to do, the success rate for that quarterback goes through the roof. Yesterday, Prescott thrived in the blitz. He completed 8 of 9 passes for 105 yards and 2 touchdowns on blitz throws, which brings his total to 14 touchdowns on the season, the most in the NFL against the blitz.
I didn't even know that, but yeah,
you summed it up, man. I mean, he's playing chess and everybody's playing checkers.
Exactly.
And I do think that Dan Quinn might have given him a little bit of insight. But so I thought it was a little overboard when we blocked the punt, like we went for a punt block. You know, but sometimes you got to throw a bone to your dudes. You know, you got to throw a bone to your team. You know, let's the dogs go get it. Go get a block punt. You know, this is the time you're going to go get it. We don't necessarily need it, but let's fire up our special team. So I can get that. Going for 2, I don't get that one.
You got to show. You have to show your guy, meaning Dan Quinn, I'm in here with you. I know how they did you. I know how you were treated there. Let's go and kick their asses. That's exactly Dan Quinn up there. I don't know how I feel about Dan Quinn up in the box with the hat backwards. Like, whatever.
That's his thing.
Do your thing. It always weirds me out seeing coaches with their hat on backwards. But whatever. Do your thing, bro. But
did he have pencils sticking out?
Yeah,
oh,
like
good. Okay.
Going for 2 up 34-3 is that's borderline unsportsmanlike.
It's close. If this was college or high
unsportsmanlike.
school, there'd be some upset parents.
What math are you doing that makes you say, hey, you know what? They may come back and we need this too. What is that about? Other than y'all fired my defensive coordinator and he hates y'all.
That's it. And when they gave him the game ball, that was proof. That's it. Okay.
That's what this was about, right? And the thing about it is like, and the reason I bring up Kellen Moore, reason I bring up Dan Quinn in continuity, there's a possibility, depending on this season, you may lose both of them.
True.
You may lose Dan Quinn and Kellen Moore at the end of the season, which as a head coach, that means that y'all had a great season. That means you did your job. And that's probably something we should talk with McCarthy about, possibly like, are you happy for your coaches?
You should be. I mean, I think the job of any coach is to coach up your coaches. I mean, right. I do truly believe that as important as the improvement of your team is, the growth of your assistants, I think is kind of this self-sustaining thing, because the better your assistants, the better your team, the better your team, the better your assistants, the better coach you become. I think you coach your coaches as much as you coach your players.
Yeah, because you got to think where Dan is taking this defense from. He took them from the depths of hell.
And without, well, think about what
with
they
pretty
did.
much the same people, except a few guys that he brought in.
If you'd have told any Dallas Cowboy fan at any point over the last 20 freaking years that you were going to go into the game without your sole all-pro on defense and D-Law, which we haven't had in weeks,
and your leading sack
and our leading sacker and Randy Gregory, you told me that that's what they were coming on against, an adequate Atlanta Falcon team, but one that was coming off a win that did have some offense, and you'd have told me they would not have scored a touchdown.
Yeah, this is the NFL. Beating somebody 42-3 is not easy.
You just don't see it like that.
In Atlanta, it's time to draft a QB. It's time. And not because not because Matt Ryan, all of a sudden he's just terrible, but you have to start thinking Ben Roethlisberger, Pittsburgh's in the same boat as you saw with Mason Rudolph yesterday. You can't take a guy like Pitts that talented and have him on a team like this. Again, Ridley, he's dealing with his mental health issues, so they're down a guy. The running game's not been the same, but Atlanta, yeah, it's time to draft a QB.
A tale of two other quarterbacks. Cam Newton arrives to a stellar performance. What is that, like batting 1,000? I don't know exactly how you quantify
2 touchdowns.
what he did, but it was extraordinary.
So what's his QBR for that game?
I don't know. How do you do the math on that?
It's got to be 158.
Whatever perfection is, I think that's it. 2 plays, 2 touchdowns, 2 different ways. You get that, and then you get Baker Mayfield laying at the 50-yard line in agony. Let's talk about the quarterbacks coming and goings coming up as we look around the rest of the NFL. Thanks for hanging around with us on a Monday morning. Grab that coffee. It's going to be a good day. You're on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Saturday afternoons mean one thing: college football. Oh my God! Hear games from all Power 5 conferences all season long, every Saturday from San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm right here in San Antonio. And for the past 27 years, I have represented people in our community who have been injured because of negligent drivers of cars, 18-wheelers, and company vehicles. I really want you to know that if you're involved in a collision, you need to contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. All you may know about an insurance company is what you see on television. If you have ever been forced to make a claim after being injured in an auto collision, there are no jokes, no geckos, no cavemen, no professional athlete endorsers. Just you against a giant insurance company that is represented by skilled adjusters and attorneys who have one job: pay as little as possible. If you've been injured in a collision, please contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. I, of course, want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com. That's all one word, alawyerforus.com.
How's your cell phone coverage? How's your cell phone bill? You know, a lot of big carriers overcharge you for unlimited data. They brag about coverage, but that's only if you live in the city. This is Greg Akagi. I've been an agriculture director for over 20 years, and I know what people outside the city need. Pure Talk. Pure Talk gives you great 5G coverage for about half of what Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile charge you. The average family saves over $800 a year. You can keep your number and keep your phone, or save on the latest iPhones and Androids. Unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data is just $30 a month. Or if you want unlimited data, you can still save a fortune. With their U.S.-based customer service, I believe in the way Pure Talk treats their customers. Plus, they have a 30-day risk-free guarantee, so you literally have nothing to lose. From your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say half off, and you'll save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 and say half off.
Napa know-how.
Right now, a 5-quart jug of Napa full synthetic motor oil is only $19.99. It's the hottest deal of the year for the coldest time of the year. So if you're in your car right now, there's no need to turn on the heat. I'm about to read this sizzler again. That's Napa full synthetic for a hot $19.99. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations, does not include taxes and fees. Advertised sale price not available in some states. Offer ends 12/31/21.
Nobody protects you from mayhem in Texas like Allstate. I'm a speed bump. Did you hear what I said? I'm a speed bump. And if you have cut-rate car insurance, the cost to reattach your muffler could really be a bump in the road. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
'Twas the season of cheer, and joy filled the town, except for Scrooge with his permanent frown. The gift of a Peloton bike touched his soul without doubt. When your workout's a joy, it's a joy to work out. This Black Friday, get the original Peloton bike at our best holiday price ever, $1,495. All access memberships separate. Terms apply. See website for details.
This is the place where time stands still. With each down, there's a battle of inches.
How about 83 yards from Prescott to Elliott?
This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
This is Keyshawn Johnson. San Antonio Sports Stars get you moving every morning. ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Welcome back to R&R in the Morning. For our early birds watching us live, I apologize for my camera work. I'm trying to stand up.
Have you ever done radio standing up?
I used to. My old coach. My old. By the way, yesterday was the anniversary. No, Saturday was the anniversary of the passing of a radio icon that I owe everything to. Who's that? Andrew Ashwood.
Shout out to Andrew. I got Andrew.
13 years ago Saturday he passed.
I didn't know anything about radio. He took time out to talk to me and my former partner, kind of pointed us in the right direction. Didn't have to talk to us at all, considering who he was, the gorilla, the legend. Always took time for us, showed us some things, and much respect to Ashwood.
And just in passing, if you judge a man by the effect he has on his industry and his friends, the coaching tree, as it were, with the gorilla. For my last count of those that have worked with Andrew, 5 of us have become program directors on our own.
Really?
5 of us.
Damn.
5 of us around the country to this day.
Did Ashwood make sure to tell you needed to do radio standing up?
Yeah, he did. When we first started, he said, "I want you standing up and I want you waving your arms. I want you talking through the mic, all the things I work with." And it was kind of a sad anniversary. A lot of us realized what the day was. But anyway, let's talk about happier things or less than happy, depending on your fandom.
Depending on who you are.
Now, first of all, Matt Rule is a genius, and certainly karma fell on his side, or the cosmic positivity fell on his side, bringing Cam Newton home. And what we saw yesterday is such an absolute rarity. To get a chance to come home again and write your own end to the chapter, or the book, as it were, for Cam Newton. What a remarkable day for him. Just in general, for people that you want, whether you like them or not. What a cosmically perfect day for Cam Newton to get called back home, to get paid more than he would have gotten paid if he'd have stayed in New England, and to get brought in at the perfect time and to score twice, touching the ball twice in front of your home crowd.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And, I like the way they used him. That's, like, hey, you're going to be down on the goal line. You're going to be our Taysom Hill.
Yes,
and
exactly.
It's not, you don't know this particular offense. Yes, this is home, but this is a whole new offense. And again, shout out to Rule for swallowing his pride and saying, like, you know what? I don't have no problem bringing you back. It's the best option, and we're still trying to win football games. And a lot of coaches would have been like, hell, anybody but Cam. They would have brought in Josh Johnson and Danny White. You know what I mean? You bring in anybody but the guy you said,
right?
We don't think he's good enough. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Karl.
Oh, no. I was just going to answer your question from earlier. Cam Newton's quarterback rating yesterday was 116.7.
See? 1 for 1 touchdown, 1 rush for 1 yard.
It says here he went 3 of 4 passing for 8 yards and a touchdown, and then in rushing he had 3 rushes for 14 yards and a touchdown.
There was a few plays I missed. I was watching Red Zone, so I just take what they give me.
But more importantly, it was a win against a very good football team.
Oh, yeah. Colt McCoy came back.
There we go.
Colt McCoy came back to earth.
Welcome back
Hey,
home,
welcome
Colt.
back, Colt. We've been expecting you, dog. They got beat. Hey, another good day for Cowboys.
Yes.
That Cardinals lose. I know you're kind of hoping that Green Bay would have lost. Tampa Bay loses. You want that bye week, man. You want that bye week. That puts you in division round, and you won from the NFC title game. So now you probably rooting for who the Rams got tonight. San Fran.
Yeah, fell off my brain.
Yeah, you got San Fran. So if you're a Cowboy fan, you root for San Fran. Again, OBJ, yes. Trust me. As much as I'm a fan of OBJ, he is not going to pick up that offense in 4 days. This is a big deal.
He's got the voodoo working for him,
Yeah,
man.
he got the voodoo, but yeah, so
I'll tell you.
Yeah, if you're a Cowboy fan, you're rooting for that bye week. You're rooting for San Francisco 49ers tonight, baby.
On the other side of the quarterbacking coin lies Baker Mayfield in agony at the 50-yard line.
He's hurt, Rob.
I know that he is.
Stick with your guy, man.
I'm having so much trouble hanging with Baker because last week, I really felt like was a turning point. I mean, that was a game that they had to win, and not only did they win, they did it going away. They looked like a team that could do it.
Stick with your guy.
And I don't know whether to take the fact that Bill Belichick, I don't know what the description is to what he actually did to Kevin Stefanski in the coaching world, but I probably can't say it on public broadcast.
No, you can't.
He used and abused Stefanski. So we had the expert level coach just dismantle a young coach, and that's what Belichick has traditionally done. If you're an average coach, he's going to whoop you. He's going to. He's just going to find your problem, and he knows your comeback to that. He's playing chess, you're playing checkers. But at some point, Baker Mayfield, you don't have to be Dak, and you don't have to be Russell or Aaron. You don't have to be that, but you have to be the floor. You have to be a place where they can land on you if everything goes bad, and you can still help. Yesterday, I know you're in pain, but dude,
he has on a harness.
Over. I know, but it's over. It's over.
So they're not going to pay him?
No, they're not going to pay him. I wouldn't pay him. Dude, it is so obvious to us that, yes, you're adequate, but for us to be successful, we need a lot of extra money to invest in a lot of places. So you want to be a Brown, you're more than welcome to be, but you're going to get paid the lowest starting salary
I would give him like Ryan Tannehill kind of money.
Whatever that is. What is that?
I would give him Garoppolo kind of
20
money.
million?
It's below 30. It's below 30.
It better hover around 20.
Yeah, it's below like that Tannehill, Garoppolo money. It's like, because what Cleveland needs is a really good game manager. They have a running game. They have a defense. They just need somebody to not screw it up and make a play here and there. And I think that's what Tannehill does really, really well. Like, you know what? I'm not Aaron Rodgers, but I'm not going to lose the game. And every now and then I'm going to make a play with my legs. And every now and then I'm going to connect on a long throw to Brown. And that's what they need Baker Mayfield to be. But I don't want to pay that guy Dak Prescott money. I don't want to pay you Dak Prescott money to be a game manager.
No.
So I think he may get paid. I just think he and his agent are going to have to lower their expectations on what that number is going to be. And on the other side, Rob, is Mac Jones the Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year? I'll let you think about that over this next break because I don't want to leave out a receiver or a running back that I'm not thinking about, but his team is 6-4. He looks great.
He really does.
I don't know who else the Offensive Rookie of the Year would be. And again, if I'm missing somebody, StreamYard, early birds, help me out.
No, he's easily.
Okay.
I easily.
And Micah Parsons, Defensive Rookie of the Year, right? I don't know. Am I missing somebody?
Easily. I don't know. I'm sure there's one or two out there, but you're talking about success. Both. You brought up Tannehill, too. The Titans have won 6 straight under Ryan Tannehill, doing it that way.
And they have the toughest strength of schedule in the NFL, if that means anything.
And the Patriots have won 4 straight games.
See?
Doing it that way.
Right.
Beat the Browns by 38 points. Have outscored teams by 100 points during their 4-game winning streak. New England's on fire. They're on a roll.
I really owe the kid an apology because, again, when you play with the likes of Bama and you play with 4 first-round receivers, I just was like, no, dude. I was like, no. You had an all-world offensive line. Najee Harris, Saban, 4 first-round receivers.
And a defense that you didn't have to worry about. You were always going to get the ball back.
I underestimated the kid. I did, Rob. I probably owe him an apology.
Well, can we at least agree that he is the ultimate system quarterback? That he fell man meets moment meets opportunity.
Is that a knock?
No, it's not. We talk more about it in basketball than we do in football, but quarterback specifically, it's about circumstance.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 100% circumstance.
Because if Mahomes is a Bear, everybody's like, Rudy, how do you feel about Mahomes?
That dude's running for his life.
He wouldn't be who he is if he's a Chicago Bear. Trust me.
So I don't know if he's better than Zach, or anybody else, but I do know that he is functioning perfectly inside the system. Once again, Bill Belichick and his master's level coaching has that team hot. You want to talk about hot? UTSA sits at 15th in the country, according to the Associated Press.
Yes, sir.
Number 1, the highest ranked team in the state of Texas, and I do believe rightfully so. UTSA talk coming up next. Don't forget the head football coach of those UTSA Roadrunners, Jeff Traylor, will join us just after 9 o'clock. And we have a couple of our Rock the Mic finalists joining us. Gerald Glenn and Robert Silva at a little after 9:30. For those of you who have not heard, you want to listen to them because we got a decision to make come Thursday as our Rock the Mic finals completes on Thursday at Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar over on just behind North Star Mall, the North Star locale. Rock the Mic brought to you by Suntory and partially by Jim Beam. I can't wait to do that on Thursday.
Same.
Get a chance to get out to Slackers. Hey, let's talk UTSA football coming up next. You're on R&R in the morning, and this is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Rock the Mic moves into the voting phase. 12 finalists, live auditions, and only one 2021 Rock the Mic winner.
Hi, this is Carolina Teague, the Rock the Mic 2 winner.
Vote for your favorite Rock the Mic champ now at sasportstar.com and join us for the live auditions from Slacker Sports Bar throughout November. Only one will be crowned the 2021 Rock the Mic champion. Presented by Slacker Sports Bar and in part by Jim B. Rock the Mic on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Hey, San Antonio Sports Star listeners, this is Michael Kielbasa with Kielbasa Smoked Meats. Thanks to fans like you, you can now buy Kielbasa products just about everywhere. We hope you continue to enjoy our handcrafted, small batch smoked meats because we sure enjoy making them for you. So grab some today and let me know what you think. My number's on the back of every pack. Right by my promise that if it's not the best you've ever tasted, I'll give you your money back. Find Kielbasa at a store near you today.
Alamo Water Softeners is having a Black Friday special until November 27th. Purchase one of their bundles between today and November 27th and receive a free 1-year tune-up on your water softener and a free water heater flush. Jason Minix here. Alamo Water Softeners has water treatment bundles with special pricing to give your home the highest quality water treatment, and they're offering 0% financing for 2 years with approved credit. Discover the Alamo Water Softeners difference at alamowatersofteners.com. If you love football, come to the San Antonio Quarterback Club every Tuesday from 11 to 1 at the Shira Hills Baptist Church. Join UTSA coaches for Roadrunner game highlights, plus feature guest speakers for great food and football talk. The San Antonio Quarterback Club is a proud supporter of Gridiron Heroes Spinal Cord Injury Foundation. This Tuesday's guest speaker is Derek Fox, the president and CEO of the Valero Alamo Bowl. Join us Tuesday 11 to 1 at Shira Hills Baptist Church for food and football talk at the San Antonio Quarterback Club.
From city streets to back roads, from road warrior to carpooler, there are some things you can always count on, like the reliability, durability, and power of DieHard, America's most trusted auto battery. No matter where your journey takes you, count on DieHard to get you started on the road ahead. Available at your local Advance Auto Parts and participating CarQuest stores.
If you've been hurt in a crash, do your research. You'll find plenty of lawyers out there. They'll probably do a fine job. But ask yourself, is fine really good enough for you and your family? Don't leave your case to chance. Contact Thomas J. Henry today. San Antonio, Texas.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. Score points with some of the boldest keto-friendly, protein-packed, and low-carb snacks out there. And with their new Southern Recipe Small Batch 6-bag variety pack, you'll get to choose a different flavored pork rind every time. Find Southern Recipe Small Batch at your local H-E-B, and you'll always have pork rinds ready to go. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous.
Southern Recipe Pork Rinds.
Hey y'all, I'm Grant Pinkerton of Pinkerton's Barbecue in downtown San Antonio. We only smoke prime meats with a blend of post oak and mesquite. Come see us for some of those giant beef ribs, tender brisket, and a cold big red. We have a Texas-sized bar, great selection of bourbon, and tons of local beers. I love sports, so we have plenty of screens to watch them on. We're open Wednesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner or until we sell out. Come early, come hungry, and stay late.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Changing your oil. We've got what you need. Regular changes are the best way to keep your engine running smooth. We'll help you find the right oil for your make and model and everything to help you finish the job right, like drain pans, filters, and funnels. And we've got more ways to get it all fast, like our next day delivery and our free same-day pickup, in-store or curbside. Getting the job done just got easier. Restrictions and details at AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Dell Technologies' biggest business sale of the year has arrived. Step up your vision with top tech up to 50% off during their Black Friday event. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Plus, get incredible savings on Windows 11 PCs, along with servers, monitors, and docks, all with free shipping. There's also special financing with Dell Business Credit. Get started by contacting your Dell Technologies advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
With Early Paycheck, you can get your direct deposit up to 2 days earlier. That's another reason banking with Capital One is the easiest decision ever. Even easier than deciding to open the biggest birthday gift first.
Happy birthday to you.
Which one are you going to open first?
The pony.
Yep, even easier than that. Plus, with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is banking with Capital One even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. No fees or minimums on new consumer accounts. Capital One and a member FDIC.
It's not just Santa who's coming to town. It's also your in-laws and their cousins. So time for some gifts from the Home Depot. From doorbell cameras to intelligent thermostats, you'll look smart and save big on the latest smart home gifts. Does your father-in-law like to fix things around the house? Put him to work with a DeWalt 20-volt 2-battery starter kit. Buy one, get one free. That should keep him busy. No matter who comes to town this year, make the holidays yours with savings on tools and gifts store-wide from the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Live, local, loud. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you. R&R in the Morning continues, hour 2. He's Rudy J. I'm
Yes,
Rob
sir.
Thompson, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, which is a strange saying, but
it is. What does it mean?
I don't know exactly. Bushy-tailed.
Bright-eyed. I get the bright-eyed, but bushy-tailed, does that mean I'm like walking around shaking my tail?
Guess so. Got your tail feather moving.
Huh? Are y'all deers?
I don't know. Is that the origin of bushy-tailed?
That seems like a bushy-tailed deer, maybe. I don't know.
Either way, he's Karl Schoening, bushy-tailed as well.
What'd you do this weekend, Karl?
I actually saw some friends in Austin for the first time since before the pandemic. It was a friend's 30th birthday party. Yeah, it was a friend's 30th birthday party on Saturday, and I didn't even realize it because I'm not on Facebook. I'm on Facebook, but those invites just kind of...
You're only on Facebook if I tag you in something.
I don't even think I see those.
That's horrible.
Why?
Yeah.
Because Facebook's for old people? Is that what it is?
No.
There's not enough time to follow all the medias.
It ain't got nothing to do with being old. It's just, I don't know. Some people just don't like Facebook. I know a lot of people. I know people young and old that don't like Facebook. It's part of my job. I have them all.
Yeah, Twitter is my social media preference.
Right. I need them all. I need every fan I can get. So I have every social media possibility. You don't never know. It may turn into money. So I turned down no socials.
But it was cool. I got to see a lot of people I hadn't seen since before the pandemic started. They didn't know what was going on with me. And then I just stayed up in Austin for the Austin Spurs game.
Where did Primo, I think Rob told me Primo went crazy.
28.
Yeah, he had 28, but he didn't do too well in the first half. I think he started 1 of 6.
And ended up with 28?
That's
my
28.
kind of guy.
Oh, yeah, he had a great second half.
The Capitanes.
Dude, Rob, we're old when we hang out with a guy that's celebrating people's 30th.
I know. I didn't want to go there.
I'm like, damn, I haven't celebrated someone's 30th.
Are you kidding? You want to feel old? My nephew got engaged this weekend. I'm feeling old.
He pulled out all the stops.
He did, man. He knocked it out. Mulf, congratulations. And while we're talking about personal stuff, Geraldo, prayers up. I'm with you right now.
Oh, yes.
I'm with you, my brother. UTSA, yet again.
UT? Oh,
no,
it had to be there.
So we're going to have Coach Traylor on.
Yeah,
I didn't see the game. I'm looking at the box. And obviously they started slow, which I think is best case scenario for UTSA because we're running out of motivators.
Right.
I mean, what else is there? They were playing a team that's terrible. They stumbled out of the blocks, but they righted the ship. So certainly we wanted to see the resiliency, and we got that.
Three turnovers in the fourth, but Frank Harris comes out of the second half, throws a pick 6, and they go down 17-10, and I start, I'm looking around, I'm scratching my head like, what is going on? It's supposed to be up 33, but they kept battling, and he stuck with Frank, and they kept running the ball, and they just doing what they do. Cephas stepped up big, but the defense came up big in the fourth quarter, creating 3 turnovers. That's where it was. But Southern Miss, credit to them, they again, I think it already started, but it's in full motion now. Like, these last 3 games are going to be the toughest. Like, the full target is on your back. Like, they were like at 7-0, you're like, yeah, that's a pretty good team. But once you get into the CFP and you're ranked 15th by the AP, you get a team like Southern Miss that is 1-8 and come in and play their best game, because it's like, oh, that's big bad UTSA.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, we can make our season this week. Like, UAB, and I forget who the last game of the year is against. It's Southern Miss, UAB. I forget the last one, but these are going to be very tough games for UTSA because there's a huge, huge target on their back now. Conference USA has someone in the CFP. You know what I mean? So that's what happens, because Southern Miss had no business playing with us, but nobody said it was going to be easy.
North Texas is their last
game.
There
you go.
Yeah, we've got at home, we've got UAB coming in this week.
Home.
Last home game this week. This week we had a little over 30,000.
31.
Did it feel that way?
No, it did. It did. But the thing about it is like, it was because the game was so close, you didn't really get
because the fans aren't used to being fans.
Yeah, it's like, oh, wait a minute. I thought, especially for we've been averaging about 17. For the 14,000 that have never been, It's like, wait a minute. Y'all told me we was gonna beat this team by 33,000. I'm scared. Is this the Mumbo King's curse?
I wasn't there.
Is this a Mambo King curse? What's going on? Why aren't they blowing this team out? So it's kind of quiet. But then you had those moments where you're like, oh, it's rocking. And then it was oranged out. So
pictures look good.
It felt like 31,000.
Pictures look good.
It did.
And I'm not one to quibble on AP top 25, but it's a travesty to have Brigham Young in front of them. That's just, come on.
At 8-2?
Yeah, that's travesty. Now, I can understand Wake, a little bit stronger.
Yeah, only one loss. Yeah.
And I can understand OU, even though we finally got to see OU as OU. Congratulations, baby.
Yeah, they were supposed to. They should have been lost the game, right?
Yeah, they were close too many times for this not to happen. In fact, watching that game, I don't know who was doing the color commentary, but at the end of the game, he told the truth. Like, this isn't unexpected. This is a team that's been walking the edge for a long time, and they finally got Chapman, their quarterback. Is that his last name, Chapman?
Yeah.
Confused a little bit. He didn't have a very good game. There wasn't enough. Baylor, talent-wise, was equal, and you got them at home. I think they'll play each other again.
Oh yeah,
I think they'll play each other again. But
so you think? I mean, what did you say? Wake Forest in front of UTSA?
I think UTSA legitimately should have been 14. I think everybody in front of them belongs there.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot of surprises this week, I don't think there's going to be a lot of shift in the
CFP.
In the CFP, though, Oregon might be in a little bit of trouble. Ohio State looked pretty good.
Yeah,
continues to look good. What's the challenge for UTSA now? Now it's maintenance, right? I mean, we know Traylor's going to be the master of motivation, but now we feel like we've almost reached the apex where things aren't going to get any better than they are right now.
The challenge is withstanding the initial surge from these teams, from the UAB and from North Texas, because again, Southern Miss is bad, but they just came out ready to play. Now, I'm sure when Coach watches the tape or when we talk to him, he'll be like, well, there's some things we didn't do on our side. But you're going to get teams' best punch when you're in Conference USA and you're in CFP. UAB is going to come out looking for blood. Same with North. No, I don't think North Texas is any good either. Excuse me. No disrespect to them, but it's just withstanding the surge. It's different being the hunted. It is different. Like for the longest, they were like, okay, we're hunting you down. You know, here we come, Memphis. Here we come, Illinois. Here we come, Western Kentucky. Now it's like, oh, those guys are supposed to be they're supposed to go into a huge bowl game. Those are the guys everybody's screaming about to be a top 10 CFP. All right, we're going to show you. So I think that's the biggest challenge now, withstanding those punches that you're going to receive from these lesser teams.
I'm looking at the potential bowl landing spots, and at least according to CBS Sports, it looks like the prediction is to land at the Frisco Bowl, taking on San Diego State.
Frisco Bowl, San Diego. What's up?
It's
we could go to Frisco. That's the start.
No, it's in state, and they have been a friend of the program. They did invite.
You want to stay in state? You want to stay in state? I mean, we get more turnout.
Have you been to Shreveport? If that's the alternative, I don't know. I'd rather go to Frisco.
Only time I've been to Shreveport is Karl. Only time I've been. You know what? I can't party in Frisco. But I only time I go to Shreveport, I go straight to the casino and leave.
Have you been to Shreveport?
Yeah.
You know what? I think I'd rather be in Frisco.
I think I'd rather be in DFW area.
Yeah, because the area around that right there is good times.
And it's closer.
Well,
we'll
also
travel better.
The positive side of that.
What's that?
Because I don't think the Frisco Bowl has quite the cachet of even the Independence Bowl. I think the Independence Bowl has been around long enough.
It holds more weight.
To where you kind of, it's one of those tried and true, but I'm trying to look at what's the time of the Frisco Bowl. It's a night game, which they do have that going for them. It's a 7:30 kick. So I do like that.
I like the opponent for the Independence better.
Well,
I like Frisco better, but I like BYU as the opponent better than I like San Diego State. Like, I don't know. Like, I want to play somebody that if UTSA gets a win, everybody's like, okay.
There we go.
You know, that's what, I don't want
too good.
Yeah, I don't think
BYU
you get that from
fine.
San Diego State.
No, I agree with that. So I want one of the lesser of the Power Five. I want like the 5th place team of the Power Five. Seriously.
So would you take Cincy?
Oh,
well, Cincy's going to get one of those. What is it?
They're going to get an at-large.
Yeah, they're going to get one of those.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen. If we're going to play the Frisco Bowl, I do think that feeds into Jeff Traylor's connection to the state of Texas, where if there's guys that are recruiting that aren't on board yet, you can get in your car and drive to Frisco, and an unofficial will make sure you can hang around and do whatever you need to do to get recruited. So I do think there's some benefits there as far as bringing in more talent, and I think Traylor would see it that way.
Someone asked, can they get in that large? They'd have to move way up the CFP to get in that large,
yeah,
right?
too much.
Yeah, I don't think that can happen. They have what's up, Karl?
Cincinnati would have to lose
without
too.
a doubt. They'd have to lose probably twice, quite frankly.
Remember, UCF went 24-0, and they still said, "Nah, we're not gonna." I think they had won 25 games
At
in a
large
row.
is one of the it's not in the playoff, but it's one of the better bowls outside of the playoff.
A New Year's Day bowl.
Yeah, New Year's Day bowl. That's what I'm trying to say.
Fiesta Bowl berth is, I think, where that will land.
I can't remember where UCF ended up, but they ended up going undefeated for 2 straight seasons and didn't even. I think they finally got the respect that second.
I remember
season.
Louisville with Bridgewater played Florida in a game, and they ran them out the building. I remember, Boise State playing Oklahoma, ran them out the building. I want one of those. Look, Rob. I
don't think we want to go that far.
Why not?
Because
this is Rob, with all the seniors on this team, this is going to be one of the best looks we get.
No, I agree with that, and I do think the seniors have earned that kind of game. But I'm looking at it from, let's say I'm your PR guy. I'm the long-term growth of the program. What I need to see is the last taste in every voter's mouth is that of success.
Right.
I want everybody to remember that UTSA finished undefeated and beat a team of worth in whatever bowl that is. I don't want them. It doesn't have to be like BYU. I think tastes pretty good. I think that would be a good narrative to finish the season with. Where when we come in next season, considering there is going to be some turnover, we're going to lose some senior leadership this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think 4 of the 5 offensive linemen are seniors.
So it's going to get a little difficult next year, but I do want the eyes of the country expecting a little bit more. And if you go in and you play in the I don't know, I'm trying to find a middling bowl that most people remember, but not one that kind of stands out like the Independence Bowl or the Holiday Bowl. Everybody remembers the Holiday Bowl. Yeah, one of our favorites.
I like that. Yeah.
And if you remember what happened, then that's the best thing that could happen. But you go into a Holiday Bowl and you get hammered. You're like, well, this whole season was for naught. You know what I mean? So I want to swim in our depth next year's, or when we do it again is when you start to go up in weight class. Yeah. My thought. I want this program to sustain, and I want the momentum to carry through to next season, because this season right now is already wrapped up in a pretty package. We're just about done, man.
Yeah. UAB in North Texas.
We'll never be more appreciated than we are now unless we win that bowl game. Now the expectation is, of course, you're going to win. Yeah. You're 12-0. You're 10-0. 11-0, 12-0. We'll talk with Coach Traylor, see where he hides the cheese this week as UAB is coming into town for their last home game. Let's fill that dome one last time. Lots of orange and good party in the parking lot, as my socials. Did you?
Yeah, tailgate.
Did you partake?
Heck yeah.
Big?
I always say, hey, I mean, if I'm going to go to the game, I'm going to go.
Did you take any board shots?
One. Good. I only did one. I took it easy. While I tailgated, it was more of a cigar tailgate for me. I was driving. I was alone. My wife had to work. I was like, you know what? I can't go crazy. One shot, one beer, I think 1 or 2 beers, and rest is just cigars. I took it easy.
The George Thorogood song.
Yeah. Is it George Thorogood? Who was he?
George Thorogood, 1 bourbon.
Oh.
1 scotch. 1 beer.
Just one, yeah. That's all. I took it easy.
That's all I had. Let's get you caught up with all the headlines. Karl's got them. You need them. Let's do this. 411 and the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
John Gruden sues the NFL and Roger Goodell, saying, "You destroyed my career." This one comes from our friends at CMZ. John Gruden is accusing the NFL and Roger Goodell of conducting a, quote, malicious and orchestrated campaign to destroy his career and reputation, end quote. It's all spelled out in the new lawsuit obtained by TMZ Sports, filed in a Nevada court on Thursday, in which Gruden says the Goodell and NFL obtained his private emails with his friend and former co-worker, Bruce Allen. The former Raiders coach accused the NFL and its commish of holding the emails for months, only to leak them when they could cause maximum damage to Gruden. Gruden characterized this as a, quote, Soviet-style character assassination, end quote.
To me, you know what this really feels like? I feel like some lawyer finally convinced him. Like, it's just worth a shot. Like, it's worth a shot, John. Why wouldn't we go after a little bit of money from these guys? They did this. Like, I really don't think Gruden, I don't think he really cares that much. Not doesn't care, that's the wrong word, but I don't think he got his money from the Raiders, some money from the Raiders. I just feel like one of his lawyers finally convinced him, like, let's just give it a shot. We may get $30 million.
What I don't understand is he's probably right, but I don't see what's illegal.
It's hard to beat the NFL.
Well, I don't see what's illegal about. So they didn't publicize what is true. I mean, we've seen the emails. We can all read them. So the reason you were fired was real,
right?
I mean, that you said those things. They were in print. So your anger is not so much that they were released as to when they were released. And if they were released when they got them, you think it would have been better for you?
So in the docs, Gruden points out that the NFL uncovered hundreds of thousands of emails as part of a larger investigation in sexual harassment allegations against the Washington football team. But only the emails that he claims the NFL leaked are the ones that implicate Gruden.
Okay.
And Gruden notes that in the suit, the NFL has historically tried to appear transparent by issuing written reports on a host of past investigations, including Deflategate, Ray Rice, and harassment allegations against the Miami Dolphins. This was not the case. And he says the league weaponized them against him.
Okay. But again,
you said
you were fired for that, for the emails. Now, when they chose or how they chose, yeah, there might be some issues with other stuff, but you in particular were fired for cause, and the cause was that. Well, I don't see what the comeback on this is. You could be found. Yes, you're right. That was probably not the fairest thing that they did, but the fact of the matter is, they did come out.
It's like when the trooper pulls you over. And you say, well, what about the other 10 cars? Like, I can only get one. 100 cars going 100 miles an hour. Only one gets caught, Gruden.
I don't understand the basis of the lawsuit.
No, that's why I feel like the lawyer talked him into this, because it doesn't make much sense.
Because
like you said those things.
Yes, at the end of the day, we have the emails. That's why you were fired. That's to when it was released. Yeah, maybe. But you ain't getting your job back.
Right.
You ain't coming back into the fold. Good luck, John. And we saw the Raiders last night out of gas. This team's done.
It's over.
Moving on.
Headline 1.
Kansas, a 31-point underdog, stuns Texas in overtime as the Longhorns' losing streak hits 5 games for the first time since 1956.
Rob, why are you laughing at them, man? This isn't funny.
I was laughing at their Saturday. Because the Saturday included not only a I don't know how you ever come back from that. You got Kansas put 50 on you on your home field. Yikes. Then later that night, their basketball team travels to Gonzaga and gets pantsed by a kid from Texas. Drew Timme from Dallas hangs 37 on your basketball team as Gonzaga showed Chris Beard what it's truly like to be a top 10 team. Texas had the worst sports day I can recall, man. What a terrible day.
Damn, man. I'm sitting there and I'm like, when they're up 42-21, speaking of Kansas, I'm like, UT's going to make a run. And sure enough, they did. But I don't know. I mean, there's people that want him fired. Like, you can't fire him. Not right now. Now, again, losing to Kansas is a lot of losses accumulated, but the Kansas loss was the nail in Charlie Strong's coffin. But you got to remember, that was after he was already in year 3, 4, somewhere around there, whenever it was. 8, 9 games in, you don't fire a coach. That's knee jerk. And number 2, who are you going to get? It's personnel. It's bros and Joes. Like the guys that Sark has, I don't know if he can't coach them up or they're not that talented. I guess that's where I guess that's what the AD and Sark got to sit down and figure out, because these are Tom Herman's guys. But I just know right now, 9, 10 games in, you don't fire a coach.
I know guys have not improved.
So he hasn't coached them up?
I know that you had, and I know Bijan was hurt in this game, but he's a Heisman candidate.
Hey, I don't care, Rob, if Bijan was hurt. You could play Kansas close with Bijan hurt. You can't give up 55 with Bijan.
So, it always comes down to the age-old. There's reasons and there's excuses. And I don't know where to fall on this, but I know that this is such a remarkable mess that it's not of Sark's doing. He just got here. The fire was already burning when he got here. And the fire was burning when Tom Herman walked on the field. And the fire was already burning when Charlie Strong walked onto the 40 acres. There's something deeply endemically wrong with the Texas program. I don't know what it is, but at some point, it's not the coach.
It's the curse of the Longhorn Network.
You know what? It's as likely that as most anything, but at some point, it's not the coach. How many coaches do you have to go through before you realize it's not just the coach?
Agreed.
I mean,
I agree.
We're through 3 over the last 12 years, and it's the same. We could just transpose the name Charlie Strong for Sark and put in the game, and it's the same clippings. It's the same write-up. You could transpose Charlie Strong for Tom Herman. Just switch the names inside the write-up of the games, and it's the same thing. How do you get 3 disparate coaches from 3 different places and the team continue to look like this? It's deeper than that. I don't know how it could possibly be deeper, but it is. Is it fandom? Is it the involvement of the alumni? Is it your AD? Is it I don't know what it is, but there's something so deeply wrong that, firing Sark is not the answer. But again,
this is the team that coming off a loss to, was it Baylor? What was the loss where the coach went crazy?
That was that was
last week. Whoever it was last week, I can't keep up.
What, Iowa State? For Texas? Iowa State was their opponent before Kansas.
Coach lost his mind with the video in the bus.
Team. This is a group of guys that are on the bus laughing, joking, playing grab ass after you've lost 4 in a row. That is a bros and Joes type thing. Like, you should, again, I could never dream of playing at a Division I level, but even on my little bitty high school level, I knew bus ride home after a loss, you should be able to hear a mouse peeing on cotton. You don't say a word after a loss. Like, the ride home is always quiet. And you got a bunch of guys that go to UT chucking it up and laughing and giggling after a 4-game losing streak. That's a bros and Joes, guys. Y'all are picking the wrong Texans. That's bros and Joes. I don't care what you say. They're just not as talented as everybody thinks they are. Just because it says ask USC, ask LSU, you can have that name on the front and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And that's where UT is.
And one of the things that caught my eye in the game was Kansas playing without any names on the back of their jerseys. And just summed everything up right there. There was the guy that caught the pass that won the game. That was the first, not game, that was the first offensive play this dude had ever played. Ever.
That sums up Texas season.
You lose to that.
It's embarrassing.
It was
it's embarrassing, man. Kansas, you cannot lose to Kansas as the University of Texas.
Kansas running that old school rush up to the line, wing T stuff. Come on, man. Come on.
I got a bunch of guys that don't care.
I
There's no pride.
There is zero pride, and that goes back to the guys before you even put a letter in front of them.
Final note here. This ended a 56-game losing streak in Big 12 road contests for Kansas.
They hadn't won since, 2008? They had not won a road game since 2008.
No.
And they roll into Austin and hang 57. God, man, it's just...
Hey, man.
I don't know, man.
Hey, it's embarrassing. It's beyond embarrassing.
What's McConaughey to do? What is that poor man to do?
It ain't enough hair gel in the world to fix this.
Naked bongoing. That's the only thing you could fall back on.
What's naked bongo? Oh,
McConaughey, man. You're going to have to pull out the naked bongo efforts because it's time to put on a rally cap.
No, man. I would. And then are you think Archie Manning wants to come play for this?
No, that's over, man. You can say
you think he wants
to
come play for this? Stop it.
That's over.
I ain't coming to Texas.
I don't know where he's going, but
so y'all can expect me to put up 58? I got to come up here and put up 58 as a true fish to keep us in the game against Kansas? Oh, no. I'm not coming to play for this crap. I don't care how good the recruiting visit was.
I want to see how many rats jump off this ship. I cannot wait to see the portal at the end of the year. To see how many Just get out
wants
of here.
to stick around.
And Jake Spavital, Texas State, will be there to scoop them all
Absolutely. Absolutely. And they'll go someplace and be successful.
Karl couldn't even say that with a straight face.
No, that's what Spav does. He just does straight transfer portal, and it has not really worked out so far. But
I know the guy.
Headline 0.
Traylor's done good in the portal.
Yeah, it's a hit or miss portal. And the last headline here, Phil Mickelson wins the PGA Tour Champions finale.
What?
Bernard Langer claims his 6th Schwab Cup title at the same time.
Did you say Phil Mickelson?
I didn't even know there was a tournament.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I didn't know either.
Yeah, Phil Mickelson, let me see here, stood on the 18th green at Phoenix Country Club, a wide smile across his face as he held yet another PGA Tour Championship trophy.
So they're done? Is that it for the season?
For the seniors?
Yeah.
I would think so.
Is there any other just straight PGA events? It's getting cold, man.
Yeah, no, this is a senior event anyway.
Tis the season to travel internationally and get paid huge
Phil
appearance
always
fees.
plays well there. I couldn't hear you.
Oh,
okay.
He's producing us as he should be.
I love Langer. Guy's in great shape.
Bernhard Langer.
Yeah, I love him.
He's 64 years old and shot at 63.
That's insane.
And a good guy, too.
Is he?
Yeah, I've had a chance to interview him. He's a funny guy.
Rob, who haven't you interviewed?
Well, I've been around 20 years. At some point, you run through.
Good Lord. Good dude. He's bad.
No, I interviewed him here. He was here. I had a chance. He was at
in studio?
No.
At the Valero.
Yeah, at the Valero, but it was before the Valero. It's been a couple of years back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, funny guy.
Yeah, no, Rob's list of guys like bad guy, good. Like his list is hilarious. Like so he's like, that dude's a butthole.
Yeah, some guys
that
say right off.
A good guy.
You get about 30 seconds with me. You better act right. I'm like one of those soccer refs. I got a list.
If you
I
come
pull out
across
that little, start writing stuff.
You do Rob wrong, he's going to let his whole audience know you're a terrible guy.
Yellow card. Just remember this cat right here. Yellow card.
But that's cool. That's a good interview. I wouldn't mind talking to Langer.
It's been a while. The fact that he's still competitive. Coming back, let's look around the NBA. The Spurs have lost 2 consecutive. They sit in 13th place in the West. And then take a little road trip. They get the Clippers next. They go down to the Lakers yesterday. Around the rest of the NBA and Spurs talk here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. You know, Rudy, today is a Monday, and for most people, it's weigh-in day. They try to atone for the sins that they have, accrued over the weekend, bad food decisions, and they look at the scale, and they've added a couple pounds. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get on the scale, and I don't have cheat days, but it's been a rough week. A good week, depending on how you quantify it. I've eaten well. Let's put it that way, Rudy. And it's time for me to kind of alter my diet. I can tell when I haven't done things right. In fact, the funny thing is I can walk in and see Dr. Torres, and even if I haven't put on any weight per se, he can look at me and tell me that I've been cheating. That's the great thing about going to a Dr. Torres in the IFF is it's the mentorship, the guidance that you get. It's tough losing weight and making the right decision every time. Holy cow. Even if it's one of those things that it's kind of and I hate to say it this way, but life or death, it's hard to turn down a Twinkie, if you know what I mean. So when you deal with Dr. Torres and the Institute for Functional Health, this is what you can rely on. That the program that you're working with or on has been put together only for you. Your science, your age, your decisions, your medical background all play a role in how you lose weight. And Dr. Torres uses that as he puts together a program only for you. And when you do stumble and when you do kind of get off track, you've got a coach, a mentor to tell you, look, straighten up all the things that you've done. Why waste it now? Why ruin it now? It's that kind of leadership that I like. He's helped thousands of people just like you get healthy, lose weight, and reverse years of poor decision-making. It's that kind of guidance backed with the science that works. If it's time for you to lose weight, if it's either medical necessity or, well, you just want to look better, I want you to call Dr. Torres now. The number is 210-468-1891. 210-468-1891. Now, the obvious benefit of losing weight is, well, hey, you look better. You like the way you look in the mirror, but more importantly, you will live better. All those little things that you think are just about getting old, like aching joints and sleeping poorly and inflammation and brain fog and all the stuff that go along with that carrying extra weight. Well, you lose the weight and suddenly you start feeling better. It's amazing how that works. And the better you feel, the easier it is to lose weight. Now, everybody's different. You're not like anyone else. So the program is key. I want you to call Dr. Torres. He'll explain to you exactly how you get going and what the benefits are immediately and long-term. Go check out their website, iffhealth.com. Great Q&A in there. Take the functional health test. I promise you it'll open your eyes. It's time to lose weight. There's no better answer than Dr. Torres and the Institute for Functional Health. Call him today, and I'm sure you'll thank me later.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage, available at your local grocery stores.
The Dallas Cowboys bounced back to their winning ways on Sunday, defeating the Falcons 43-3. Dak Prescott threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for 1 in the blowout victory. Dallas is now 7-2 on the season and, of course, atop of the NFC East. The UTSA Roadrunners football team improved to 10-0 as over 31,000 people packed the Alamo Dome for a 27-17 victory over Southern Miss. The Roadrunners are ranked 15th in the AP Top 25. And the San Antonio Spurs fell short against the Lakers yesterday, 114-106. DeJounte Murray had a triple-double, 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. And Keldon Johnson added in 24 points with 6 threes. SportsCenter has been brought to you by Alamo Water Softeners. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoening.
Texas Cheer Liquor, your one-stop shop for beer, liquor, wine, and cigars. Follow them on Facebook to keep up with specials and tastings. 4 locations, 2 on Petranco, 1 past 211, 1 in 90 in Montgomery, and the all-new Texas Cheer Liquor next to Walmart Palo Alto Road, Suite 101.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm right here in San Antonio. And for the past 27 years, I have represented people in our community who have been injured because of negligent drivers of cars, 18-wheelers, and company vehicles. I really want you to know that if you're involved in a collision, you need to contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. All you may know about an insurance company is what you see on television. If you have ever been forced to make a claim after being injured in an auto collision, there are no jokes, no geckos, no cavemen, no professional athlete endorsers. Just you against a giant insurance company that is represented by skilled adjusters and attorneys who have one job: pay as little as possible. If you've been injured in a collision, please contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. I, of course, want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com. That's all one word, alawyerforus.com.
Whether you're vaccinated or not, it's important to know the symptoms of COVID and its variants. Fever is the leading sign of COVID and the flu, so make sure you use an accurate thermometer. Only the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate with more than 100 clinical studies. Non-contact thermometers have no clinical evidence behind them and are not reliable. Be vigilant and seek medical advice at the first sign of fever. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Are you ready for Diamonds Direct's biggest and final store-wide sale of 2021? It's this weekend. 3 days of extra savings store-wide. I'm talking an extra 20% off all earrings, all bracelets, all bands, all pendants, all fashion jewelry. Virtually everything in every case is on sale. Lowest prices of the year. And your last chance for store-wide savings before Christmas. You can't miss this. This is the big one. Details at DiamondsDirect.com. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only at Diamonds Direct. Official jeweler of the Dallas Cowboys at the shops at La Cantera.
Hey y'all, I'm Grant Pinkerton of Pinkerton's Barbecue in downtown San Antonio. We only smoke prime meats with a blend of post oak and mesquite. Come see us for some of those giant beef ribs, tender brisket, and a cold big red. We have a Texas-sized bar, great selection of bourbon, and tons of local beers. I love sports, so we have plenty of screens to watch them on. We're open Wednesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner or until we sell out. Come early, come hungry, and stay late.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Did you know the arrow in Amazon's logo represents A to Z? Maybe the My Computer Career logo should represent unemployed to employed. Ryan was out of work when he started classes in March. In September, he started his IT career, working for Amazon, making more money than he ever thought possible. Here's a prime opportunity. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. You could start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
With the safe return of live events, you can actually be there to catch all the action in person with Vivid Seats. That's right. Every alley-oop slam, every one-timer, and every sideline grab can be experienced live. And with Vivid Seats rewards, you can earn free tickets from your very first purchase. Just buy, collect stamps, and redeem. It's that easy. From upper level to courtside, Vivid Seats has you covered for all the events that matter to you. Just visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, life happens live.
Get the latest on what's happening on the NBA hardwood.
Behind the back dribble to the rim and the flush.
Right here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250, 94.5 FM.
Good morning to you. This is R&R in the morning. 8:39. If you got to be at work by 9, might want to take the side streets.
Go get some tacos. You're already late.
Only one more week and a whole bunch of people get a vacation. I remember the day when we didn't get the whole week off when we were in school. Now they get the whole week.
Oh, we always did.
Well,
we always got,
that's awesome for those kids.
Yeah, we always just got Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, this is their last week. This is like getting nothing done week.
Oh, man.
So it's like a fall break instead of spring break. It's a fall break.
I guess.
like that.
I can tell you this. Teachers need to get out of those schools and go someplace else.
Everybody mails it in on Monday and Tuesday before Thanksgiving anyway.
It's true. But teachers in particular, it's been a rough year.
So next week, so at least Monday and Tuesday, you're going to have
counting the days to get away from their lovely kids.
Yeah. Love the kids.
All right,
love the kids.
Talk some NBA.
Well, you want, before the show started, you're like, hey, man, this Spurs are
Spurs
bad
aren't any
team.
good. They're not very good. Now they're hurt and there's some sickness and some missing dudes. But the fact of the matter is, over the last 3 days, they have put forward 8 quarters of pretty bad basketball. Uninspired, mistake prone. I mean, it's just, at the very least, what I was hoping to see, and I think so many of us expected was, yeah, we'll take the moral victory. If we feel like you're out there, you're in it to win it, you're trying. But I'm seeing missed defensive assignments. I'm seeing slow closeouts. I'm seeing little things that losing teams do that look like you're going through the motions instead of, I had an old coach to say, are you a participant or are you a player? Are you participating today or are you playing? And I think there are times that the Spurs are participating. They're actively involved, but they're not playing. And that's what bothers me about that's bad. That's when you go start going from, they're a good team because they're trying. They go from a good team because they're trying to a bad team. That's the difference in this team. We don't have enough star power. We don't have enough greatness
for sure.
to just go do it.
For sure.
Well, then can't we quantify what we've seen over the last week as bad basketball?
I'm
not saying they can't get good, but that's bad. I mean, there's no getting around it.
I just see a team that still just doesn't. I don't see them as a bad team. I just see them as a team that doesn't fully understand on how to win basketball games, on how to get through 48 minutes of winning basketball. Again, nobody plays 48 minutes of winning basketball, but especially in the fourth quarter. I mean, the fourth quarters of the games that they've lost. It's just, but I mean, this is also a team that, well, first of all, I don't know what to even think of the Bucks win anymore because the Bucks are bad right now. I don't know if the Bucks are sleepwalking. They're just like, oh, get me to the playoffs. The same with Atlanta. But this is a team that beat the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
don't know
what Dallas did to us.
Is it the Dallas loss that's
that
bothering
really
me the most?
Stuck in my because they dominated from the get-go. I mean, we were never in that game. Yeah. Never. Now, again, we are down some dudes, and you want to prove your value. Jakob Poeltl, come home, baby. We need you.
Yeah, Anthony Davis abused us yesterday.
Oh, my gosh. I mean,
he abused us yesterday.
And, we like Thaddeus, and you seem to be a serviceable
part,
but you ain't the dude
role.
I remember. Right. I'll tell you that. Yeah, you look a little stiff.
Yeah, he found his role.
So how do we –
I don't consider them bad, no.
With every passing day, though. What do we need for Pop? 36?
22.
20, so the line is 22?
26 wins on the season, yeah.
But we need 22 more? You know how far away that seems? We're 3-7 in our last 10.
Look. If y'all can see the way Rob was looking at me. StreamYard people can see, but you can see the way Rob is looking at me.
I'm like, give me some hope.
It's Monday. I'm trying to remain. I'm working on this energy thing. I'm trying to remain. I'm working on my feng shui, my energy. I'm working on,
positive vibes going
man,
out.
I'm working on it.
Give me the positives.
Rob, I'm reaching for straws. So I can't really find the positivities.
Okay, this is what we're going to do.
Let's
for
look
the
for
next
the positives.
5 minutes.
Okay.
Let's find nothing but positive things. Good news is Spurs took 36 threes yesterday.
Devin Vassell.
Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson. Keldon's starting to find his rhythm from deep.
But I already liked Keldon.
But he hadn't knocked down multiple threes in a game until the Mavericks game.
I was like, finally. But no, Vassell's my guy right now. I gave Keldon love for the first 2 years. Now I'm loving and cuddling with Vassell.
Okay, more good news. Anthony Davis dominated, but the Spurs did manage to pull down 11 offensive rebounds. They had more possessions than the Lakers. They had 90 shots up. So
this feels good.
So
this feels good. Let's go.
There is something moving here. I mean, at least they had the possessions to win the game.
Man, I'm kidding, Rob. You speak your truth. If that's how you feel about it, that's how you feel about it.
It's just
ain't nothing wrong with that.
What we wanted was, at the beginning of the season, that first game with everybody involved. Remember how the bench was up and yelling and things were happening and everybody was involved? Did you see that over the last 2 games? No.
Yeah, I need to look at the assist numbers. Yeah, go ahead. What did they average?
28 assists they got last night on 90 shots on 40 made shots.
That's good. That's positive.
Yeah, I mean there's a little bit. Defensively, they relaxed, and that's where I wanted to go with this, because defense, I think, is a bit of an issue, and that's about want to as well. You had an opportunity to go see our G League play for the first time. Call the game yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
That's correct, Karl. So everybody that's going to read the box score, all of us Primo lovers, going to see 28 points and go, well, that's there. You know, we're an offensively challenged
Bring
team.
him up.
What's the problem? But you solved the problem.
He's 18 years old.
Right.
The NBA is way more structured than most fans understand. And there's a lot of intricacies that he needs to learn almost on the defensive end. I thought there were times where Primo he didn't look bad on the defensive end. He's a good defender, but he just didn't understand the concepts. In fact, one time
then don't see him in who's the kid you love, Rob, out of Gonzaga, the guard.
Oh, the Suggs.
So you don't see Primo in Suggs, Green, Cade Cunningham. You don't see him in those guys' light, because when you say that, like when you say like the NBA is more structured than a lot of people understand, those teams are all in the same boat as the Spurs, right?
I would say the Spurs are better than those teams, and they also have guys ahead of those draft picks.
But then you don't see Primo in those guys' light, because those guys are figuring it out.
Well, I see Cade Cunningham start the season 0 for the entire month of November.
Right.
0 for the season taking threes. Literally had not made one. But he's still out there. Obviously, he is a long way from being an NBA player. A long way. Because Detroit is going to play him.
They have no choice.
They have no choice.
Like Jalen Green, Suggs, all these guys are figuring out how structured the NBA is. And I thought, didn't you say before the season that you thought Primo would play up because Vassell played up? I don't remember your prediction.
So my thought process on that is I would let him, if I were sort of planning his route to the NBA, it would be January. The first 14 games.
That's what you said. That's what you said. That's what you said.
The first 14 games of the G League season are Showcase Cup games. It's part of the middle of the season Showcase tournament that they'll have in Vegas.
Okay.
And I imagine Primo will not be with the team for their 36-game season that starts, I think, December 27th.
Okay.
So there's just plenty of seasoning opportunities, because at the moment, I wouldn't play Primo ahead of DeJounte Murray or Derek White or Devin Vassell or Lonnie Walker. However, maybe those Trey Jones minutes go to Primo, but that's sort of a little bit of a disservice done to Primo, because you want to see what he looks like as the number one option in your system. And he looked really good in the second half last night.
If they were on the pace for the 44 victories that you predicted, then I'm like,
yeah, go rise in the oven.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm with you. And you're right. You did say that you felt like it would be around January. I'm glad that you're young and you got a great memory. But when it's like this, I guess, like you said, I'll be patient. I'll be patient. If it stays,
I know where you're going. What have you got to lose? At what point do we get to what have we got to lose? We are 13th in the West.
Right. That's what
we have 4 wins. The only teams we're better than are the ones that are truly awful, that are truly in tank mode. One has chosen not even to play John. We're not even going to play the dude.
Right.
John Wall,
we don't even count those teams and say, well, we're better than them. Well, those dudes are in it to tank. They've made their plan obvious.
Right.
We are, again, not obvious, but it does appear that we're on the same track they are.
So let me put it this way. Primo in the first half started 1 of 6 from the field. And understandably, Pop might not have given him the opportunity to make up and come back from that in the second half if he were playing with the San Antonio Spurs. However, in Austin, where he's sent to develop this kind of confidence as a player, he did get the opportunity to come in and ended up putting 28 points on the board and help a comeback victory. It was a very exciting game. Mexico City was in the lead for, I think, most of the game until the final couple minutes, and the Spurs ended up coming away with a big win. Joe Wieskamp also had 20 points. Good on Joe. And, it's a development process. There's a lot of tape that he has that he wouldn't have gotten if he were trying to get the Bryn Forbes minutes, where just like Bryn Forbes, hey, if you don't have the hot hand as a shooter, we need to go to somebody else. So, I'll
be patient with it. Yeah. I'll wait it out. Like you said, I'll wait till January. I'll wait till after Christmas, because for most people, NBA doesn't even start till after Christmas. Most people have no idea. So I'll wait it out and be patient with it.
But the problem is, by the time most people start paying attention to, the Spurs are going to be 25 games out of first place. I mean, things are getting out of hand fast. As far as Primo goes, and I think with Pop in general, I don't think he cares whether you're making shots. As long as you're taking the appropriate shot, make them or miss them.
Right.
That's all we can do.
Playing the right way.
As a coach, all I can do is put you in the right spot.
Right way. Yeah.
It's defense. And you brought it up that more than once, Primo looked lost on defense. And I think more than anything else, that's what gets you off the court.
The one good thing about Austin is, and I'll say this, last night it was a really good atmosphere at the Cedar Park Center, but all of these G League places simulate what an NBA atmosphere would be like, with the music playing and, the whole 9 yards of all of that. Primo played in a pandemic year during college, so he didn't have anybody watching him in the SEC. And then he was in high school before that. Who knows, maybe he had 1,000 people once in high school. So this is also good to simulate how he would communicate, because there was a time, and I didn't go back and double check the tape to see it. I'm court level, so it's harder for me to tell. But I was pretty sure that the Spurs were in a zone, but Primo was continuing to play man. And those kind of, hey, we're going to run a zone one play just to try and throw them off. That matters that you were not in the zone. And that's tape that he will get to watch and learn. And he's a really good teammate, really good talent. I think that he needs a few more games in Austin, but I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps putting up halves like that eventually he makes his way back to the San Antonio Spurs, rather.
Oh, gotcha.
I completely agree. But I think it's going to be the defense that gets him on the court. The offense, obvious, is there. We saw it in preseason. We saw it in training camp. We saw it over the summer. The kid can go get buckets against anybody. Hey, let's look at the NFL. Cowboys win a separation day to some extent. Clear-eyed view of what we saw yesterday. The Cowboys will just curb stomp the Falcons. The Texans won in an off week. And we saw two old quarterbacks try to figure out, well, we're not quite as young as we used to be. And what was Aaron Rodgers? He was misty.
He said I was a little misty.
Had a little bit of that COVID fog. Let's look around the NFL and talk Cowboys next. You're on R&R in the morning, and this is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
If it's rim wrecking board busting action you want, then come and get it.
Catching a right-hand dunk.
The greatest ballers on earth are doing their thing on the hard court, and we bring it to you. Catch the action on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Alamo Water Softeners is having a Black Friday special until November 27th. Purchase one of their bundles between today and November 27th and receive a free 1-year tune-up on your water softener and a free water heater flush. Jason Minix here. Alamo Water Softeners has water treatment bundles with special pricing to give your home the highest quality water treatment, and they're offering 0% financing for 2 years with approved credit. Discover the Alamo Water Softeners difference at alamowatersofteners.com.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
Jason Minix here for Garageization. You've heard me tell you about their shelving, overhead racks, and storage systems to make your garage functional for the entire family. If you have issues with your garage, call 210-664-4494. Have them come out and give you a free consultation. Garageization couldn't be a better choice. A veteran family-owned and operated business for more than a decade. Give them a call at 210-664-4494 or go to the website garageorganizationsanantonio.com.
It's that time of year again when Smoky Mo's Barbecue is gearing up to smoke Thanksgiving turkeys for our neighbors in the San Antonio area. Each turkey will be made using our secret rub and smoked to perfection in-house. You can buy it solo or with our feast that includes sweet potato casserole, cornbread dressing, green bean casserole, and a delicious pumpkin pie from Tootie Pies. Pre-order at SmokyMo'sBarbecue.com or by calling your store. Don't dawdle. We sell out every year. Happy Smoked Turkey Day, y'all, from Smoky Mo's Barbecue.
If you love football, come to the San Antonio Quarterback Club every Tuesday from 11 to 1 at the Sierra Hills Baptist Church. Join UTSA coaches for Roadrunner game highlights, plus feature guest speakers for great food and football talk. The San Antonio Quarterback Club is a proud supporter of Gridiron Heroes Spinal Cord Injury Foundation. This Tuesday's guest speaker is Derek Fox, the president and CEO of the Valero Alamo Bowl. Join us Tuesday 11 to 1 at Sierra Hills Baptist Church for food and football talk at the San Antonio Quarterback Club.
'Twas the season of cheer and joy filled the town, except for Scrooge with his permanent frown. The gift of a Peloton bike touched his soul without doubt. When your workout's a joy, it's a joy to work out. This Black Friday, get the original Peloton bike at our best holiday price ever, $1,495. All access membership separate. Terms apply. See website for details.
From city streets to back roads, from road warrior to carpooler, there are some things you can always count on, like the reliability, durability, and power of DieHard, America's most trusted auto battery. No matter where your journey takes you, count on DieHard to get you started on the road ahead. Available at your local Advance Auto Parts and participating CarQuest stores.
There's no other game like college football. And no one covers it better. It's game day every day for us. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Coach Jeff Traylor of your undefeated and 15th ranked UTSA Roadrunners. I tell you what, when you put together your goal list at the beginning of a season, I'm pretty sure that on your wildest dream sheet that everybody puts together, not even this was on the list of potential goals to exceed and succeed with. Jeff Traylor will join us next as we look at the UTSA Roadrunner football program. We're joined by Rock the Mic finalists Gerald Green and Robert Silva very quickly to follow. Got a lot of fun sports talk headed your direction, so hang here. You're on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Refer your friends and earn Amazon cash with a personal referral link. Yes, I'm talking about CarZeus. CarZeus.com/referral. If you know a friend, family member, cousin, uncle, neighbor, ex, whoever, you refer them and they go to CarZeus and they sell that car to CarZeus, you and your friend will receive $500 in Amazon cash. Split it up $250 and go Christmas shopping for your loved ones. Give everybody a couple things. CarZeus.com is easy. Go to CarZeus.com, upload a few pictures, let them know about the condition of your car. Then you take it in and set that appointment. You will be in and out within an hour with a check in hand. Yes, within an hour. When you set that appointment for 11 a.m. on a Tuesday, when you go there at 11 a.m., it is all about you and only you. And they take care of you. They treat you like family. Be in and out. And if you don't want to take the offer and you want to shop around, CarZeus is not going to harass you and try and pressure you into doing anything that you don't want to do. And if you go and read the Google reviews, you'll see multiple 5-star reviews that says, hey, they let me look around, and guess what? I ended up coming back. Go and check for yourself. That's CarZeus.com or CarZeus.com/referral. Either way it goes, if you want to sell yours or you know somebody needs to sell theirs, this is the place to go. You'd much rather go into the dealership with a check in hand versus a trade-in. You go into a dealership with a check in hand, you have the upper hand. And if you owe money, don't be scared like, oh, I can't go, Rudy, I owe some money. No worries. 60% of their business is from people that owe money on their cars. So they can take care of all of your needs as far as car sales goes. And you don't have to wash it and make it look all pretty and neat. They'll take care of that for you. So go check them out. That's carzeus.com. That's carzeus.com.
Happy Christmas. Rapping with Jack, benefiting Family Service Association, is happening now through December 4th, benefiting the most needy families this holiday season. There are 3 ways to help. Give cash now, shop the Amazon wish list, or drop off donations at our designated locations. Complete details now at sasportstar.com. Presented by Quarter Moon, Plumbing, Heat, and AC, and in part by River City Oral Surgery, Institute for Functional Health, and Copenhagen Contemporary Furniture.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm right here in San Antonio. And for the past 27 years, I have represented people in our community who have been injured because of negligent drivers of cars, 18-wheelers, and company vehicles. I really want you to know that if you're involved in a collision, you need to contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. All you may know about an insurance company is what you see on television. If you have ever been forced to make a claim after being injured in an auto collision, there are no jokes, no geckos, no cavemen, no professional athlete endorsers. Just you against a giant insurance company that is represented by skilled adjusters and attorneys who have one job: pay as little as possible. If you've been injured in a collision, please contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. I, of course, want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com. That's all one word, alawyerforus.com.
Whether you're vaccinated or not, it's important to know the symptoms of COVID and its variants. Fever is the leading sign of COVID and the flu, so make sure you use an accurate thermometer. Only the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate, with more than 100 clinical studies. Non-contact thermometers have no clinical evidence behind them, and you cannot rely on them. Be vigilant and seek medical advice at the first sign of fever. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Diamonds Direct is breaking all the rules this weekend with the biggest and final store-wide sale of the year. 3 days of extra savings. Your final chance before the holidays to save an extra 20% on virtually everything. Rings, earrings, pendants, bands, colored gemstones. Huge savings across the board. And the selection is like double, with entire designer lines flown in for this event. This is the best pre-holiday buying opportunity ever. Special financing, too. Details at diamondsdirect.com. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Diamonds Direct, official jeweler of the Dallas Cowboys, at the shops at La Cantera.
Dear, it's 1908. Don't you think we should get electricity?
And stop using candles to see at night.
It's just electricity lights up the room fast. It's more reliable than candles blowing out, and people seem to love it.
Well, candles are... Oh!
Dear, did you just run into the wall?
Nope. May I have a new candle, please?
Historically, switching to new technology is a no-brainer. Today, it's AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, and secure. Switch to AT&T 5G. It's not complicated. 5G requires compatible plan. May not be in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
This is the home of the Cowboys, Rangers, and Aggie football. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J, R&R in the morning.
Good morning.
R&R in the morning continues. Welcome aboard San Antonio Sports Star. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. We are so glad you are with us on a beautiful Monday morning. 11:15. Let's welcome on the undefeated coach of your UTSA Roadrunners, Coach Jeff Traylor. Morning, Coach. How's it going this morning? Coach, we're searching.
Y'all hear me?
There we are, Coach. Welcome aboard. How's your morning going?
Doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Well, here we sit, undefeated, 15th in the country. How's it feel when the alarm clock goes off?
It's still crazy. You don't really think about it too much. You just know there's another opponent coming, and you got to go to work and get ready again. It's Groundhog Day for no better term. You just got to keep going right now, brother.
Because it's supposed to be easy, Coach. They said this is supposed to be easy. 33-point favorites, and I know when you see that type of stuff, you just kind of roll your eyes. But for 31,000 sitting there, I know about half of them are like, wait, what's going on here?
I think Coach Hall and them did exactly what they needed to do. They put Gore in the Wildcat, basically single wing football for you older people. That's the way we used to play football back in the day.
Yeah. And you ain't that old, Coach.
they snapped the ball on one every time. And then they got 11 penalties, which got them another 40 seconds. So they were getting 80 seconds per play. And you look up, and it's 17-17 with 5 minutes left, and we threw a pick six to start the second half off. We're down 17-10. I think in the end it'll be good for us because it's been about a month since we've had a pressure game where it was close in the fourth quarter, and I think that's going to benefit us Saturday just for getting back in one of those really, really close ball games.
Yeah, that's what that was going to be my next question, Coach. It's like, though I know you would rather win like you have been, like you talked about the past 4 games, but you learn a lot about yourselves when things aren't going well, and Frank isn't having his best game up until that point. So I'm sure y'all learned a lot about yourself Saturday as well.
No doubt, and it's just good for all of us. I don't care what anybody says. That feeling you have in your stomach, it's a different feeling than when you're up by 3 or 4 possessions in the fourth quarter.
Yes,
and it's just better for us. It's better for play callers. It's better for head coaches. It's better for players. Just because it makes you have to get used to making those tough calls, executing under extreme pressure, and couldn't be more thrilled for my kids. No one panicked. My leadership council did not panic. My single-digit guys, my coaches, the head coach might have been panicking on the inside, but I wouldn't let anybody know on my outside.
Was that the first time y'all played a QB that ran it that many times? I know you have a better memory of it than me, but I can't remember this season y'all playing a QB that just ran the ball. It seemed like every down.
No, that wasn't real football, right? I mean, that's just what Coach Hall was doing in that situation. And here's the sad part. If we could have just got ahead by 2 scores, they couldn't have done it anymore.
Right.
We just couldn't get up by 2 scores. The harder we tried, the more we kept shooting ourselves in the foot. And that's why they started turning it over late. We got ahead of them. So they had to start throwing the ball a little bit. And once you get the team like that in that situation, they're out of their element. We're back in our comfort element. And then they started turning it over.
Jeff Traylor, the UTSA Roadrunners, joining us here on San Antonio Sports Star. You mentioned that it's Groundhog Day, and certainly we're coming down to the end of the season. But I want to hear what are the benefits that you're seeing of being undefeated? I'm like out on the recruiting trail. Now, certainly we can't talk about individual guys, but are you seeing guys more amenable to talking to you than they were a month ago? I mean, what's good about being 10-0 that you're genuinely benefiting from other than just scoreboard?
Just that. I mean, like this weekend, we had not planned on having official visits. We were going to push those back to the UAB game, but we had 2 big-time recruits hit us up, and they wanted to come this weekend.
Yes, sir.
So we changed our schedule around, and the teams we're competing against are in the SEC for these kids. But like I told my coaches, we're never going to make a shot if we don't take a shot. We got to take the shot. We got to swing. We got to swing the bat. We got to at least try to hit the home run, and we're not ever going to get kids unless we get them on campus. So it was 2 official visits I wanted to take a gamble on. That would not have happened if we hadn't been undefeated and in the position we're in right now.
Great question. When you talked about it, Coach Frank, throws the pick six to start the second half. A guy, veteran like Frank, he's in your leadership council, I would imagine. Is it one of those things you just leave him be? What do you say to him, or is it just one of those things like Frank will figure it out? What's the conversation like between you and Frank when he's thrown 2 picks and kind of facing some adversity?
Well, him and I both know the deal, right? I mean, we're very real with each other. We know when we win and we play well, everybody's going to give him and I all the credit. And if we lose, him and I are going to get all the blame. We get way too much credit. We get way too much blame. But we understand that's part of the role of being the quarterback and being the head coach. So there's not really much I can do in that moment except look him in the eyes. He knows I'm a guy that's not looking to pull a quarterback. There are a lot of head coaches that are going to, yank the guy out, put another guy in. I just don't roll that way with that position. I'm going to ride that guy out. Josh understands that. Josh Ekins is very understanding. He was a 3-year starter. No one likes to play quarterback looking over their shoulder.
Right.
And I've tried to do that for Frank since he's been here, to let him know that I've always got his back. He is a reflection of me. If he doesn't play well, that's on me. I've got to do a better job as a head coach with my coordinators to get him in plays he's more comfortable in, and we got to help that kid out next Saturday.
How do you get the team ready knowing that you've always got a target? I mean, you guys are now going to make or break some team seasons.
Yeah, you ought to hunt it.
And that's a big change. How do you translate that into practice and into games? Because, as good as we've been, we're not accustomed to that.
Yeah, but what's the greatest trophy out there they're hunting? They're hunting the bear. They're hunting the tiger.
Right.
They're hunting the lion. Well, I can promise you this, that bear still hunts. That tiger still hunts. And that lion still hunts. We still got to go do some hunting ourselves.
Yeah.
Fair enough, bringing it back in. Tell us about UAB.
Bill Clark, what a great job he's done there. Just basically transforming that program. They're great on defense. They're top 25 in every single category. They're going to run the football at you, throw it deep over your head on play action passes. We're very, very similar football teams.
Mm-hmm.
We've tried to build it. He was a high school football coach. Tons of success in Alabama. Knows everybody in the state. Recruits very well. He's a guy I've had much respect for a long time. And, of course, I'm rooting for him. He's a high school football guy. I'm just not going to be rooting for him this Saturday in the Alamo Dome.
Well, did you like that orange out, Coach? 31,000, man. That was a great turnout.
How special was it? I was talking to my son Jordan, who coaches for the Saints this morning, and I was like, Jordan, it was literally like coaching the Superdome. It was that loud.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had 11 penalties before the ball was ever snapped. It's all because of our crowd. Sosa, our band, is always fantastic, and our student section just keeps growing. I don't know how many people they can get back there. They're packing them in back there. It was incredible.
Jeff Traylor joining us as he always does for his weekly. Undefeated, 2 games left. Now, I've asked you about bowl games before, and we're not going to get into that.
Right.
But in your ideal world, what kind of bowl game would you go to? Local, far, evening, daytime? What exactly is the best possible bowl for you to land?
Man, what's crazy is y'all already know how I'm going to answer the question.
I just have to ask, though, Coach. Like you said, you can't make the shot if you don't take it.
Today's an academic day for us. We're going to be the very best we can be, and we're going to control what we can control, Chris. I won't. Rob, I won't deviate from that. I just won't. I'm going to keep my head down, keep coaching my team, and Dr. Compost and that ESPN bowl selection crew. They'll take care of all that. And where we're supposed to be is where we'll be. I know this. We don't win football games, it won't be near as good a bowl. The more games we win, the better the bowl's going to be. So we're going to keep working, Rob, and see what we can do Saturday against UAB.
Well, I onside kicked that he recovered.
Yeah.
I tried. He is Coach Jeff Traylor, UTSA Roadrunners, undefeated and 15 in the country. Doesn't that sound pretty? Thanks for stopping by, Coach. Good luck this week. Stay healthy. We'll talk to you next.
Rob, what's funny about that question, when you asked it, I heard Rudy chuckle in the background. I already know what that boring old coach is fixing to say. Man, thank you all so much. God bless. Birds up.
Birds up.
He is undefeated in the interviews as well.
No, I can't help but laugh because Rob is like smiling ear to ear while he's asking it. So it makes me laugh because Rob knows where it's going, but we have to.
You'd like to think like he'd say a day game somewhere in the state of Texas would feel really good.
Because hopefully, after, they're 12-0 and they're going to the bowl, we know where they're going and we talk to them, we can all laugh about Rob asking 3 or 4 times and Coach, Well,
see, I'm trying to get reservations. I'm trying to plan ahead and beat the rush. I figured I'd help everybody out. Maybe get a hotel room,
I feel you.
Get an early flight, but we're not going to get any help. See, Coach, it's not just about you.
Yeah.
It's about us, too.
We're trying to make a SA Sports Star road trip.
We're trying.
Y'all want to go to Pasadena for the Rose Bowl?
Hell yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant Texas.
Hell yeah. I ain't driving.
No, we can't drive to L.A.
We could take turns. Everybody take a 4-hour shift.
A 4-hour shift? Yeah, I guess over the course, if we don't stop, yeah.
Never again.
I'm not doing
Never will I spend more than 6 hours in a car again.
What's the longest road trip you've done?
Oh, I've driven to DC.
Yeah, me too. I drove from here to Atlanta to DC to Tyler.
I've made it back and forth from Orlando, but that's about it.
That's not bad.
No, it was 22 hours. It wasn't great.
Yeah, but no, I was watching that game. I ain't gonna lie, I was worried for a minute. I was like, because you watch college football, you watch the pros. On any given week, you can lose a game like that. And there was like after they got the pick 6 and the offense was kind of sputtering. There was times I was worried. And there was people like, oh man, maybe he should pull Frank. So I know why he said that, because I was sitting next to a person that was like, maybe we need to put Josh in. It's just not Frank's day. So to hear him say that, considering what I was hearing Saturday, it's like, you know what, that's good to know, because you can't play Cube. And that's what we talked about with UT. like Thompson hurt, you're not going to be able to get the best out of them because they always feel like if I make a mistake, I'm getting yanked.
Who's next?
You can't play like that. So it was interesting that he brought that up.
One last thing that he did bring up that I think is interesting is that he called it not real football, because now when you're going up against teams like UAB, their season's done. I mean, it's all.
Yeah.
So all you're out now isn't about getting better for the following game. It's just win today.
Yep.
And if it takes my quarterback running right, running left, doing single wing stuff, that's all that matters.
What is this?
And that's how you get beat. That's why teams lose like this, because you go up against something you're quite frankly not expecting. And for 4 quarters or maybe just 3 big plays, that's enough to beat you.
Yeah, and again, we spend so much time talking about Sincere and Cephas and the other receivers and Frank. The defense really in the Western Kentucky game comes to mind. You get an interception to end the game. There's been a lot of games where that defense has come up huge. And this past Saturday, you get 3 turnovers in the 4th quarter. It was one of them.
I love the way that he talks about his leadership council. Those single-digit guys carry that team. Boy, you won a single digit when you're a road runner.
Hey, I will say this, though. UAB is 7-3, and they're the defending Western Division champions, making this the biggest game of the season so far with 11-0 on the line.
I agree with that.
This is huge.
I agree with that, Karl.
The good news is it's at home, and we can affect that by oranging out and filling that place. We're due.
Should be 40,000.
Hey, we're going to talk with some Rock the Mic finalists. Gerald Glenn and Robert Silver are going to join us just after 9:30. But before we do, let's get you caught up on every bit of the headlines that you could possibly stand. Here they come. It's the 411 and the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
Aaron Rodgers a little emotional as he got to get back to the field. Aaron Rodgers left feeling emotional after Green Bay Packers win and the quarterback's return from a 10-day absence. Emotional and exhausted is how Aaron Rodgers said he felt after the Green Bay Packers win over the Seahawks and his return from COVID. Quote, a lot of emotions for sure. Good to be back with the guys. Good to be back home. Good to be on the field, really. The most emotions from the whole night was probably walking off the field after the game. It definitely got me a little misty. It was good to feel those types of emotions and good to be back with the guys.
The thing about it is this past week, I don't know what it's like. Like, again, I've developed thick skin because of this job, Rob. We've had people say anything and everything about us under the sun when they don't agree with us. But I don't know what it's like to have millions of people coming at you. When you're a Super Bowl winner, you're a Hall of Famer, you're one of the best to ever do it, then all of a sudden half of the country hates you. Yeah, you're going to be a little bit emotional, like, damn, y'all are this mad at me?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a shock to your system. And I think that's what went on with Aaron, and that's why when he says he got misty-eyed because the fans, because of the ovation he got, because you felt like
everybody loved you.
Yeah, you felt like everybody loved you. You felt like a capital murderess the past week because you didn't want to take the vaccine and because some of the answers that you said with Pat McAfee. So I think that's where some of that emotion comes from. Like, damn, somebody does like me. I thought the whole world hated me.
Do you think he really noticed that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. He felt that. Aaron keeps his ear to the street. Aaron felt that. He felt that hate this past week.
I believe you there. I do think that he pays a lot more attention to the public, his perception.
He has some Kevin Durant in him. He's Durant without the burner accounts. They hear and see everything people say about them.
But what we saw in the field was 2 old quarterbacks that, quite frankly, can't rehab the way that they used to.
Exactly.
Didn't that come across like both those guys?
Because I was looking at Russ. I was like, Russ, they told you 6 to 8 weeks for a reason.
Right. Look at you,
You look bad.
He did not look good at all, man. He couldn't even hold on to the ball.
He got shut out, Rob.
Yes.
It's hard to get shut out. He didn't score a point, and he was just throwing stuff up there. Yeah, I can imagine you're not all the way healthy.
And Aaron, while you won, you weren't impressive. That wasn't an impressive outing.
Impressive.
And boy, you better pay attention to that Aaron Jones injury.
That's
important.
That's important for them going forward, man, especially when we're talking about the playoffs. They need him.
One of the things we don't talk enough about with Green Bay, though, is the defense. That defense is stellar. All those draft picks, all that money
when we thought
has paid off.
Right.
Because if it wasn't for the defense in the snow, it might have been a different game. But yeah, you won. A little foggy-headed. You looked like you'd had COVID.
He did.
He did.
And I guess he found out the Joe Rogan potion didn't work.
Can you admit it at least? Come on,
Just
Aaron.
admit Joe Rogan's potion didn't work.
But it didn't help you one way or the other. You came back as soon as you did is because you did.
Eating raw elk doesn't help you. Joe Rogan eats a lot of elk. I follow him.
What?
He eats a lot of elk.
I like elk, but raw elk?
It's not raw, but if you look at it, it's pretty much raw. It's
why it's a little cooked?
It's a little red, like red, like bloody. Like Joe Rogan eats a lot of elk.
What? Why? Why is there some kind of does he think there's some kind of
no?
So he just likes elk.
I've seen him eat it for like at least the last 2 years. He eats a lot of elk.
What a random thing to eat a lot of.
Karl said he likes it. I've never had elk.
No.
Great Northwest game is really good. Elk is one of those things.
Elk is one of those things I think I would like to pet. No, I like to pet.
No,
you seen an elk?
They're pretty big. I wouldn't want to get near them horns.
No, I wouldn't go up to them, but I would like to. Like, do you eat moose?
I don't think I've ever had moose.
I don't think you're allowed to kill moose. Is that a hunting thing?
Yeah, you can kill.
Can you hunt the moose?
Yeah, you can hunt.
Not in Alaska, you can't. Because they're in Alaska, they're just chilling in your front yard.
I think you can kill a moose.
See, I'm a little emotionally attached to Bullwinkle.
I'll take a moose out.
Childhood thing.
I know. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
They're bigger. It's harder to miss.
Yeah.
Headline 1.
Washington Huskies fire football coach Jimmy Lake in the second season. Who, what?
Who is he?
Jimmy Lake.
I don't know him.
I don't know this cat from Adam. I saw his interview and he scared me. There's things that are going to come out. Like he got into a fight with a player, it seems like in the locker room a couple of years back.
Yeah, so let me give you a quote from the Washington AD. Making head coaching change in any sport is difficult. Recognizing that decision impacts the coaches, staff, student athletes, and their families, according to Jen Cohen, the athletic director of UW. However, as a steward of UW athletics, I must always act in the best interest of our student athletes, our department, our university. No one wanted Jimmy to succeed more than I when I hired him in 2019, but ultimately this change is necessary for a variety of reasons, both on and off the field. This comes after the heels of serving a one-game suspension without pay on Saturday following a sideline incident, which he appeared to strike a redshirt freshman linebacker.
I heard
so both Washington teams are without a coach.
Yeah.
Washington State fired their coach because of COVID reasons.
Not getting the vaccine. This guy, I have a feeling there's some stories about to come out about what was going on in the locker room. It seems a little intense.
Yeah.
Little bit driven.
Two good jobs.
I guess. I think the Washington.
I mean, Pac-12 job is Pac-12 job. Mm-hmm. D1, man.
I think the Washington job is traditionally a good one. I'm not sure about the Wazoo job, but maybe. I mean, Leach did a good job there for a bit.
Exactly. That's the only person that comes to mind, Leach.
So that doesn't tell you much, though, does it?
No.
I mean, so I'm not. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I guess it's a decent gig. But
Husky gig's a good gig, though.
As the Big 12 goes, our Pac-12 goes, moving along.
Headline 0.
New York Jets blowout loss to the Buffalo brings new marks of fertility for their defense.
What did
the
somebody
Jets
have
defense
a baby?
Terrible.
45-17 was the score, Rudy.
Mike White.
He ain't the answer. Everybody settle.
My quarterback controversy juice is gone.
Everybody settle down.
Dude, some of the picks he threw
gosh.
Some of the picks he threw yesterday were so bad. I was like, bro, what are you doing? Like, he was literally just throwing the ball. It looked like he was throwing the ball to Buffalo.
Just throwing it into a crowd.
Somebody
going to catch it. Yes, there is zero quarterback controversy other than we don't have one for the New York Jets because that was put to bed quickly.
So the 2-7 Jets, consider how bad their defense has been. This is some bullet points here. The Jets have allowed 175 points in their past 4 games, the second most allowed in a 4-game span by any team since the merger in 1970. They're the first team to allow at least 45 points 3 times in a 4-game span since the 1966 New York Giants, and they have surrendered 1,890 yards of total offense in this abysmal stretch, the worst in a 4-game period in franchise history. And the Jets have a pretty bad franchise history.
That's 44 points a game in the last 4 games. That's tough.
Well, when you're turning the ball over 4 times a game, how many times did they turn it over yesterday? 3? 3 times?
He threw 4 picks.
4 picks? You're going to give up a fair amount of points if it's not your defense's fault. But
I touche on that, Robster.
But there is no question that Mike White is a backup quarterback. That's just what he is. Rob. He had a nice outing. He did. He had a nice outing. But let's not kid ourselves. There's a reason why.
So then what am I supposed to say about Cincinnati? Because that was the game where he looked like, oh, we got something.
That's why all of the AFC, when we talk about New England, let's quantify a little bit about who they've been playing. I think they're better, but I think that there's a lot of paper tigers in the AFC. I think there's a lot of things going on in the AFC that we can't quite judge.
I feel you on that. And another random note, Urban Meyer's going to be okay. I like what they do defensively. Keep in mind, they held the Bills to 6 points, and then yesterday they held their own against the Colts as far as like holding them. He has something defensively. Now, once Trevor Lawrence, the game slows down and he gets Etienne back, if he has the patience to stick around, I think Urban and the Jaguars will be okay in about 2-3 years.
Respect.
I like what I'm seeing from them. And they won a game. They've been in some games, and the defense has been a bright spot considering they got so many youngsters.
Well, it will never get any worse than it was a month ago.
Right.
It'll never get any worse than that.
Yeah.
The Bengals lost. You're out in a club. You got some girl grinding on you. I mean, you hit the bottom rung of the ladder. So with every step and every week, it couldn't be as bad as that. So
it was like, yo, y'all go ahead. I'm gonna hang
back here.
I'm gonna hang out.
A little frustrated.
Do a little denim on denim rubbing. That causes fires, Urban. Why you bring that up? I'm trying to give them props, and he goes back to the denim on denim friction fire. You know what I'm saying? See, this is what's wrong with America. Oh my god!
Yeah, he was frustrated.
Yeah,
Move it on.
He was frustrated.
He needed to work out.
That's the 411 and a 210.
But I do agree with you, and I hadn't put it together that Jacksonville has had a pretty good 3 weeks.
They're okay. They showing some. There's some light at the end of that tunnel.
And I guess the fact that we're not talking about Trevor is a good thing as he's progressing. He's not putting up Mac Jones kind of wins, but he's not terrible. Hey, let's introduce those that have not had an opportunity to meet a couple of our Rock the Mic finalists. We will be picking our champion on Thursday at Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar, right behind North Star Mall. That's our traditional championship venue, and we will name our champ. We want you to know who possibly could win our Rock the Mic title. So between now and Thursday, we'll introduce you to our 4 finalists. We're going to have Gerald Glenn join us and Robert Silva very quickly thereafter. We'll get their takes on the weekend sports and see what you guys think of our Rock the Mic finalists. Hold on. We got a lot to talk about. And you get to meet some Rock the Mic types coming up next here on R&R in the Morning. This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Texas Cheer Liquor has 4 locations, 2 on Petranco, 1 across from Walmart, and 1 past 211. The third is at Highway 90 in Montgomery. And the 4th location is off of Palo Alto in the Patron Plaza, right next to Walmart. You cannot miss it. And this Wednesday, Jason Minix of the Blitz will be at location number 2, which is on Petranco, right across from Walmart from 4 to 7. So go hang out with Jason. I'm sure there's going to be some tastings and some other things going on. It's always a good time. AD, the owner of Texas Cheer Liquor, always makes sure to take care of everybody when they come out there for live broadcast. So that's Wednesday, 4 to 7 with the Blitz out at Texas Cheer Liquor on Petranco across from Walmart. They're the one-stop shop for beer, wine, liquor, and cigars. They got keggers. They got it all, man. And if they don't have something that you want them to have, let them know. They will order it for you. So it's not an issue. TexasCheerLiquor.com is the website. You can also download the app. You can do, they deliver. You can do curbside. They do it all. They really try to make everything convenient for you if you go ahead and shop with them. Shop local. So that's TexasCheerLiquor.com, or you download the Texas Cheer Liquor app.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage, available at your local grocery stores.
The Dallas Cowboys bounced back to their winning ways on Sunday, defeating the Falcons 43-3. Dak Prescott threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for 1 in the blowout victory. Dallas is now 7-2 on the season and, of course, atop of the NFC East. The UTSA Roadrunners football team improved to 10-0 as over 31,000 people packed the Alamo Dome for a 27-17 victory over Southern Miss. The Roadrunners are ranked 15th in the AP Top 25. And the San Antonio Spurs fell short against the Lakers yesterday, 114-106. DeJounte Murray had a triple-double, 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. And Keldon Johnson added in 24 points with 6 threes. SportsCenter has been brought to you by Alamo Water Softeners. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoening.
When you're sick, injured, or experiencing a medical problem of any kind, the last thing you want to do is leave your home to find medical care. Now, thanks to Dispatch Health, you don't have to, because Dispatch Health comes to you. That's right. Receive high-quality care from expertly trained medical professionals in the comfort of your own home when you need it. Just call or click, and Dispatch Health comes to your home, able to treat common to complex illnesses and injuries. It's really that simple. Go to dispatchhealth.com now to learn more and download the app so you're always just the touch of a button away from the quality health care you need. Dispatch Health is affordable and in-network with most health insurance plans, including Medicare. It's true, high-quality care from expertly trained medical professionals in the ease and comfort of your own home, all for an affordable price. So the next time you're sick or injured, stay home, stay comfortable, and let Dispatch Health come to you. Go to dispatchhealth.com and say hello to the modern-day house call. That's dispatchhealth.com. Go to dispatchhealth.com.
Lowe's Provember event is back, and we're thanking pros like you all month long with buy one, get one free deals on select DeWalt power tools and top values like a Spider 2-pack of 4.5-inch diamond cutoff wheels for $14.98. Join us for Provember, going on now through November 24th. Shop in-store or at Lowe's.com/Provember. Lowe's, the new home for pros. While supplies last, U.S. only, valid 10/28 through 11/24.
With 24/7 customer service and guaranteed repairs, your Progressive policy works the way it's supposed to. Unlike this stressful meditation guide.
Take a deep breath. Focus on all the things you have to do. Did someone make the vet appointment yet? You don't know? That feels like something you should know.
Switch to Progressive today.
You are a mess.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Repairs through Progressive Network. Jobs guaranteed for as long as you own or lease your car.
Whether you're vaccinated or not, it's important to know the symptoms of COVID and its variants. Fever is the leading sign, and only the Exergen temporal scanner thermometer has been proven accurate with more than 100 clinical studies. Non-contact thermometers have no clinical evidence behind them and cannot be relied on. Be vigilant and seek medical advice at the first sign of fever. Be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Did you know the arrow in Amazon's logo represents A to Z? Maybe the My Computer Career logo should represent unemployed to employed. Ryan was out of work when he started classes in March. In September, he started his IT career, working for Amazon, making more money than he ever thought possible. Here's a prime opportunity. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. You could start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
It's time. The field is ready. The players are pumped. The grills are fired up. Kirk Herbstreit and Marty Smith here. It's tailgate season, and for the first time ever, Eckridge is crowning a national tailgate champion.
That's right, Kirk. So you think your tailgate is the best in the country? Prove it by showing us how you do it your way.
Do you hire a marching band just for your backyard?
Do you load up your smoked sausage with more smoked sausage?
However you do it, we want to see it. Eckridge, you do you.
No purchase necessary. Install 1321. To enter and for official rules, visit eckridge.com/tailgate.
Are you ready for Diamonds Direct's biggest and final store-wide sale of 2021? It's this weekend. 3 days of extra savings store-wide. I'm talking an extra 20% off all earrings, all bracelets, all bands, all pendants, all fashion jewelry. Virtually everything in every case is on sale. Lowest prices of the year. And your last chance for store-wide savings before Christmas. You can't miss this. This is the big one. Details at diamondsdirect.com. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only at Diamonds Direct. Official jeweler of the Dallas Cowboys. At the shops at La Cantera.
Don't let pain keep you from doing the things you love. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. Whether you've been living with chronic and nagging pain for years, or if you've recently experienced an injury, our goal is to get you out of pain as quickly as possible. Arasti is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, Arasti accepts most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Sports breakfast for your ears. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning on San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
It's R&R in the morning, a Monday morning edition, as Sean Rima very quickly found out. Sean Rima joining us from KTSA. We're standing here getting ready to do his stop by, and Greg Shelton, who has to kick everybody's ass once a day.
Yeah.
This is his middle name.
Or engineer, yeah.
Just stops by and lobs a hand grenade right into the studio. Sean,
down there on KTSA, and I'm like, what?
How you feeling on a Monday morning?
I hate Mondays. God, I hate
You know,
Mondays.
we were both commiserating that. I got stuck clock watching last night. I kept waking up and seeing what time it was, and I couldn't get myself going.
Yeah, you wake up I usually wake up around 2:30 or 3, and then I wake up and then it's like, oh, I got 2 hours, like you were saying, and then I wake up at 4, and I'm like, damn. Well, it's 4:30. It's like, damn.
If you wake up at the same time every night, they say that means you got like some type of ghost, right? Isn't that like all the scary movies? You wake up at 3 something.
For me, it's really more about how quickly the Flomax took over. That's really more of a. It's not so much about ghosts. It's
I don't have any ghosts. I got a few skeletons in my closet.
A few that I'm a little afraid of.
Yeah, I don't want to see.
Now you've done radio for your adult life.
Yeah,
you done mornings before.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Did anybody ever give you any pointers as to how you get by? Because everybody does it different.
I've never gotten used to it.
No.
I've heard
being
that.
Like ripped from the womb.
I've heard that.
I've never. I mean, I've been doing it. I've done it off and on my whole career.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always been difficult for me because I'm a night person by nature.
So I think most radio types really are night owls. That's how we consume our stuff, and it's tough to kind of get yourself going.
I'd love to do mornings if I could do it in the afternoons or in the evening.
Just if I could record it the night before. He'll be on all day long over at KTSA, Sean Rima. Don't forget, Rudy joins him just a little bit after 10 o'clock as well, getting you caught up on all the news that is fit to print and to speak of. We have our Rock the Mic Championship coming up on Thursday. Man, we're excited about this year's finalists. We have 5 stellar types. The decision is not going to be easy. We want you to get to know them before you meet them on Thursday. If you haven't already, come out and join us on Thursday. It's always a big party. We have a good time, and we crown our Rock the Mic champ. Let's meet one right now. Robert Silva is on the line. Robert, welcome aboard, man. How's your morning going?
Oh, it's going quite good. Survived the foggy morning we had.
See, I was up before the fog. I didn't even see fog. Did you, Rudy?
No fog for me.
It was like a Scooby-Doo mystery being solved out there. It was so foggy on that course.
Wow. For those unaware, Robert works out at the course just fell out of my brain, out of La Cantera. His video submission, if you want to go check it out, it kind of represents that. Over the weekend, we saw a couple of things in the NFL, Robert, that I want to get your reaction to. First of all, when you see the Dallas Cowboys go do what they did to the Atlanta Falcons, what's your takeaway about the Cowboys as they sit, and why do you think they were capable of doing what they did yesterday, uncorking the offense like we saw?
Well, the offense was explosive, but yesterday the bottom line was yesterday was revenge of the Dan Quinn. I mean, it was he was on a tear. I mean, he had them motivated. The defense set up the opportunities for the offense to be stellar. They were playing bully ball out there against Atlanta. They were ready to let them know, hey, last week was a fluke. This week we're back. And they just totally went on attack and took care of a really good quarterback on the other team. He couldn't do anything. So I was pretty impressed with them. I mean, they were like from all angles just attacking them. And it was quite exciting.
When you see what Robert Silva, our Rock the Mic finalist, joining us here on R&R in the morning. Don't forget, Thursday is our championship day. Come out, root on your favorite, see us crown our next Rock the Mic champion. When you see a game like that and you see what the Cowboys did defensively with we got some more turnovers. They were effective against the run, against a team that quite frankly doesn't run very well. Mm-hmm. When you see where the Cowboys sit today, and obviously Cowboy fans going to be talking about Super Bowl, what will be the reason they don't go or don't make it if they don't, apart from the obvious injury question? What is the weakest part of the Cowboys?
Well, they're still concerned on special teams. I think special teams is still something that is a work in progress. And I'm like you guys. I'm a little nervous with this whole having our best receiver fielding punts. I don't know what we're doing with that. I just think that's just a disaster waiting to happen if he keeps doing that with putting Lamb out there. But the special team is still something to work on. The defensive ends, they're just filling in. They're the next man up. So I'm just proud of those guys. They're doing what they got to do. But if they stop short, it's going to be because of defensive end pressure, in my opinion.
Robert Silva of Rock the Mic, semifinalists or finalists now joining us here on R&R.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a fan of the Spurs going for 40 wins or tank, Robert?
You know what? Let's tank, baby.
Oh, my gosh.
I
You've been
know,
listening to Pledge too much. Yeah.
I know. I feel so bad about it, but we need that top draft pick. We need that centerpiece. We need the guy that we go to at the end of the game. He's the guy that gets the rock and wins it for us. We need that solid foundation, and right now we don't have it. We have a lot of good, solid players. We just don't have that all-star. We don't have that piece that we need.
What would you do with Primo? Would you play him, or would you leave him down to do what he has done with every other high-end rookie that the Spurs have seen over the last 5 years?
You know, it's time to go against the grain and bring out Primo. I mean, the kid, let's just go ahead and get him used to the NBA life. He's a fantastic scorer. I mean, he has nothing more to do than learn. I mean, it's just a learning process period. Why not do it with the big boys? Put him out there. The kid can score. He is a pure scorer, and he's only going to get better.
Robert Silva joining us here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Quick question, Robert. So we all know sports, right?
Mm-hmm.
What separates you that when you makes you feel like there people would want to tune into you daily?
Well, sports is a love of my life.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, I also bring a little bit of entertainment. I mean, I consider myself on the spot, ready to change at a drop of a hat, and I'm pretty good on current events and off topics, and I'm a music lover as well. Can carry in conversation, but entertainment, I love entertaining. I mean, I do karaoke once a week, so
oh my gosh, and we're gonna have to put you with Jimenez then.
No kidding.
So who do you fanboy over? What musically? Who do you fanboy over musically?
Well, I grew up classic rock and Motown because of my parents.
Okay.
Basically, I am a 90s hip hop head. Tribe Called Quest is my Beatles.
Oh, he won. He won. Hang up. That's our win.
Well, what's your go-to? Like when you are at a new karaoke bar and you want to let everybody know that Silva's in the building. What's the song that you throw up there?
Oh, I do Mustang Sally, Wilson Pickett.
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect.
All right. Robert Silva.
I don't even go by the name of Robert. I go by Kono. They call me Kono to go on stage.
You know what? So that's too far, Robert. Too far, bro. That's too far. Now, anytime, any passes laid around the lock and tear, let a brother know. Let us rob.
We can be bought.
We do get off at 10. We can make a noon tea time.
In the interest of transparency, we can, in fact, be influenced before the decision is made on Thursday.
Let's rip it. Come on.
So, being working out there on the greens and all that over at Lock and Terrace certainly.
Rob and I do get off at 10.
We are available early in the mornings to kind of, maybe check your new pen placement, those kind of things. We'll bring our stimp meter and figure out the speed of the greens. I've been told that actually works. Robert Silva joining us. If you haven't seen his video, go to sasportstar.com. Check out what he submitted. You just heard him. Now you want to meet him live. He'll be out Thursday, one of our 5 finalists as we crown our new Rock the Mic champion. Thanks for stopping by, Robert. You killed it. Good job.
Good job,
Can't wait to listen to the rest of them.
Good job, Kono.
Thank you.
He pulled out Wilson Pickett and the Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, we said 97. All right. I was like,
now,
who we got next? Did you find Gerald after all?
We're searching.
No, we're efforting, Rob.
I will one of the things I would throw out there, you probably don't want to throw out the call letters of another station while you're coming on air, Robert. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah,
probably not the wisest move, but we won't hold it against you.
You know what?
I'm just pulling this chain there. Let's go to our next finalist. Gerald's going to join us. Now, Gerald came out and saw us out on at the medical center location.
Yeah, he was hanging out with us that Thursday.
Gerald Glenn joining us. Gerald, welcome aboard, man. How's your day going?
What's going on, Rob and Rudy? R&R in the morning. What's going on, brother?
You see, you hear him smiling. He's a Washington fan.
He is a Washington
fan. He's smiling through radio.
And we do want to talk.
I don't get too many victory Mondays around here.
What is it about the Redskins defense that just confuses Tom Brady? This is 2 years in a row where they have really shut him down.
Seems like Taylor Heineke might be the new Eli Manning to Tom Brady. They have probably beat that guy for some reason.
Let me tell you, the comparison is pretty close. They do actually kind of remind me of each other. Yesterday we saw the NFC East jump out and win every game that they played. Yep. Where do the Redskins sit on their on the turnaround meter? Where are they for you? Are they
well, the football team, until they get a quarterback, they're not going to be in the running for that division. They need to get a quarterback. Now, if they're going to be in the draft, they're going to be free agency, I don't know. It's probably going to have to be in the draft, but I don't see any quarterback wanting to go to that organization because they got serious issues from management on down.
As far as searching for a quarterback, and we know Rivera's history, he does some things, certainly with Cam Newton. If it's free agency and Baker Mayfield is available, which he will be.
Oh.
Was that a quick
so
no?
Disrespectful.
Did
you say no?
Only quarterback I would consider in free agency is Aaron Rodgers, and he's not coming to DC.
So you want it through the draft?
Yeah.
Who's the best team in the NFC, Gerald? Today.
Today. I'll say the Cowboys.
You know what? Look, man, I know you want to win this competition.
He's right.
Man,
Gerald, you want now you've gone too far. You cannot be a Washington fan and come on here saying that with the Rams, the Cardinals, and Green Bay. I know you want to win, but this is too far.
We're going off what I saw last, and I saw Dallas dominate them boys yesterday.
That was the Falcons, Gerald.
The Falcons beat the Saints a week before. They have been winning.
You see how you just got Rob on your side? You just got
the Rams hadn't looked too good either. They look like a football team. Their offensive line they got dominated by the Titans, so we got to see what they do. Also, so the Green Bay's offense looks shaky. Their defense looks good, but right now it's got to be the Cowboys.
That's the truth.
Hurts me to say that, but right now they're the best team in the NFC.
Look at Rob.
Right now I think he's exactly right. As we sit, certainly they change every week. But as we sit today, the Dallas Cowboys look the best this Sunday, better than any team in the NFL, at least yesterday. I think we all have to go there. Now, let's go to a team that looked freaking awful. I don't know what your fandom is like, but when you see what's going on with the University of Texas football program, 5 straight losses, losing at home to Kansas, giving up 50 burger, was it 56, I think was the final score. If you're AD, if you're Red Mahomes with lots of money in your back pocket and an angry trigger finger, what do you do with the University of Texas football program?
Well, I know this is not sexy, but they need to start building the offensive line and the defensive line, and everything else will follow. If they don't have an O-line and a D-line, they're not going to be able to do anything in the SEC.
Yeah, especially going to SEC, right?
Yeah. So they couldn't even stop Kansas from running the football. How are they going to stop Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee? They're not going to be able to do it.
Well, I asked Robert this, so I got to ask you, Gerald. Again, a lot of us know sports, but what's going to separate you and make people want to make sure they're by the dial when you're on air? What makes you stand out from the rest?
Hey, man, my knowledge of football, not just football, basketball, even though a little baseball, I think it's tremendous. My memory of things I can remember from games from the 80s.
Well, that's good because I have a horrible one. So, yeah.
And my wife thinks I have a horrible one, too. But I think as far as football, I remember everything. I can't remember what she told me yesterday.
There's only so much utilizable space. You know, it fills up with sports stuff, and we can't pay too much attention elsewhere. He is Gerald Glenn. He is one of our 5 finalists. It was a long way getting here. Well done and successful outing, but we got one more hurdle to jump, and that will be Thursday. Come out and join us. Meet Gerald, meet Robert, meet the other 3 finalists as we introduce them and select our champ. Good job, Gerald. Thanks for stopping by this morning.
Appreciate you, man.
Thanks a lot, buddies. Have a good day.
You
Gerald
too.
Glenn, he a trustworthy sort. He's a jet engine mechanic.
Is that what I had no idea what jet engine mechanic?
Wow. Those guys, you only get to do it right. That's all you get. You get one. You get to do it right.
They don't get to do mistakes, right?
Yeah, there's no failure. There's no coming back and trying and get it right. You get it right every time. I appreciate that.
Jet engine mechanic.
Yes, sir. Those guys dot their T's, cross their I's, and backwards.
Yeah.
Let's do it again. Let's come back and put a bow on the show. Look forward to a full day of sports. We got Rams and 49ers tonight. Let's see what to expect there. Spurs on the road. Get the Clippers tomorrow night. We'll look forward to a full week of sports. Thanks for hanging around with us. You're on R&R in the morning, and this is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
This place is fantastic. I had my doubts at first, as everyone does. However, after visiting them and talking about the details over finances with them, they gave me the best deal on the car at all places I went to. I wouldn't go to a dealership before I checked these guys out. They're competitive and willing to pay top dollar for your car. They are super fast and easy to talk to. They helped me get out of a financial crunch, and I can't thank these guys and gals enough. Hands down, the best place I've ever been to. Highly recommended. 5-star Google review for CarZeus. CarZeus.com. If you, friend, family, you know somebody trying to get out of their car in a financial crunch with the particular vehicle they're in, refer them to CarZeus. Have them just go check it out. Again, no strings attached, no harassment, no overbearing phone calls all the time. Just, hey, go check out CarZeus and let me know what you think. Go all your other places that you think you can go to sell your car, then go to CarZeus and come back to me and let me know what's going to happen. That's CarZeus.com, CarZeus.com. And if you want to refer a friend, that's CarZeus.com/referral. CarZeus buys that person's car, you get $500 in Amazon money. Split it $250, buy some Christmas gifts. Check them out. If you don't believe me, check out the 5-star Google reviews. It's all there. CarZeus.com. Set your appointment. You go in. The hour is yours. It is all to you. It is all about you. And you'll be walking out of there with a check in hand within under an hour, should you take the offer that they give to you. So check them out yourself if you don't believe me. That's CarZeus.com. That's CarZeus.com.
A 17-week season and only one couch. Let's hope it holds up. The Cowboys are back. The explosive action happens here. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
For over 2 centuries, Jim Beam has been bringing people together. Now you can bring them wherever you go with friends and family. Introducing Jim Beam Highballs to go, refreshing and ready for sharing. Their classic highball and Beam and Ginger Highball are made with Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. They're a new take on a tradition, 7 generations in the making. Find Jim Beam Highballs to go at a store near you. Jim Beam Classic Highball made with Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, natural flavors, and seltzer water. 5% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2020, James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
Finding the right Medicare plan may feel impossible, but now it's anything but. With Walgreens Find RX coverage tool, you can compare plans online, over the phone, or in person, making Medicare easier than ever. Easier than picking which true crime doc to watch, figuring out that Wi-Fi password, or putting the duvet cover back on. So if you can do those things, with Find RX coverage, you can definitely Medicare. Find the plan that's right for you by visiting walgreens.com/Medicare.
At CDW, we get the right workspace helps you work better.
It took 3 encyclopedias, but my webcam is finally at the right height. And I found the perfect cardboard box for my tangled assortment of cords and cables.
Sounds great, but with TripLight Work from Anywhere solutions orchestrated by CDW, it's easier for your teams to work consistently and productively with tools like monitor mounts, USB docks, and adapters.
Know anyone who wants 3 encyclopedias from 1992?
IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/TripLight.
Fever is the leading symptom of COVID and the flu, and the only way to reliably detect fever is with an accurate thermometer. Be vigilant and be accurate with the Exergen Temporal Scanner, proven in more than 100 clinical studies. Don't rely on non-contact thermometers. They are proven to be inaccurate and will not reliably detect a fever that might mean COVID. Be sure to seek medical advice at the first sign of fever. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Lowe's Provember event is back. In celebration of pros, we're offering special values on top tools to get any job done right. Head into Lowe's and check out the largest selection of DeWalt power tools and accessories. Right now, you can get a guaranteed tough DeWalt 20-volt max bare tool free when you buy a DeWalt 20-volt max drill or impact driver kit. Shop in-store or order online. Lowe's, the new home for pros. Valid through 1/5 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. U.S. only.
We've got your free tickets to see every Dallas Cowboys home game all season long. Register to win now at SASportsStar.com. Cheer on America's team on your home for Cowboys football. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Hey, it's Greeny, and I've only got 10 seconds, so here's my plug. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
It's R&R in the morning. This is this a real song?
Yep. This is Peaches and Cream by 112.
There you go.
I didn't know those things went together like that.
They do at certain places.
I know Peaches and Herb.
Oh.
I don't know Peaches and Cream.
Yeah, Peaches and Cream.
I've heard of Peaches and Cream.
You eat peaches and cream?
I can't say I have.
No, me neither. I'm not a cream guy.
I've
What does
probably
that
had
mean?
peach
What do you mean
ice
you're not a
cream.
cream guy?
I don't eat
How
cream.
often do you come around cream?
Like even in like the cupcakes they order here, I swipe the cream off the top.
Oh, you don't like that
Travis.
cream cheese stuff?
No, I don't like
Oh,
anything
dude.
cream.
Really?
I'm a texture guy. I don't like cream.
Oh,
I
it's
don't
a
do
texture thing.
ranch. I don't do icing. None of that.
You don't do ranch dressing either?
No. And again, it's not because I'm healthy. It's just I don't like it.
You might be the first person I've ever met that didn't like ranch. I could drink ranch dressing in with a straw.
See, my wife too. She loves
over
ranch.
ice.
Like she'll be like, "Go back. You didn't get my ranch."
So you don't. What do you do with your pizza? You don't have
Hell
ranch?
no. I put red pepper, the crushed red pepper on my pizza. That's it. Maybe here and there, dip it in marinara if the pizza spot is one of those that are stingy with the marinara. But other than that,
Karl, you a ranch guy?
Heck yeah.
I can't say that I have it routinely.
Well, I don't think
I
anybody
don't have it
has
with my pizza.
I don't think anybody has a ranch in their pocket.
I don't
At
put
our
ranch
house,
on my pizza.
What about your
there is
wings?
pizza? There is ranch.
Yes, that's a good call. If I'm having some wings, I'll have some ranch. Mm-hmm.
Y'all eat your pizza with ranch.
Without.
I've seen
always.
a lot. It's not weird. I've seen a lot of people do
that's
that.
just kind of in our house. If we have pizza.
Oh my gosh, is that the music?
Let's see. This is what we were doing right now, Rudy. Behind the scenes, and for all you Rock the Mic finalists, if you're watching, it's called a stretch.
Yeah,
we were
talk to
stretching.
'em.
We were leaning toward the tape. Is what we were doing. We had a nice lead. Didn't want to trip over our feet. We're going to come in right at about a 10-2. Right. World class, not world's best, but
Yeah.
right in there. And I felt like that was today's show.
Absolutely.
Well, thank everybody for stopping by on a Monday. Don't forget halftime coming up at noon. We will figure out if Mike Jimenez has delivered a bouncing baby kidney stone. Jason Minix will join us at 4. Don't forget Clint Sterner will join him as Arkansas prepares for Alabama. Hope you had a fantastic sporting weekend. Go get your UTSA tickets today. Let's try to sell this place out. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. That is Karl Schoenig. We're going to go look at the tape. We're going to practice real hard and promise to do better tomorrow. Y'all stay safe. We'll see you then.
Rock the Mic moves into the voting phase. 12 finalists, live audition.